Welcome, Blueberry! How are you today?
I feel sad. I feel better now, though.
A fan turn favorite, Faniel.
Blue is my color. That's why it's the color of defeat.
So today, we're gonna check out all of the exit interviews from Inanimate Insanity Season 3, and I am actually so excited to check out all of these videos here. And we're gonna start out, of course, with our boy Blueberry, which deserved so much more screen time.
Good evening!
My boy.
My name is Yellow Angiru, and this is Inanimate Public Radio. Inanimate Insanity has recently begun their third season, and we're quick to get right into action with our new series, Exit Interviews. In this series, we'll be speaking to the eliminated contestants of each new episode of Inanimate Insanity Invitational. I'm sure you're all wondering
they're gonna
who
have
our
to
very
speak to
first
them
candidate
several
will be.
times?
Well, spoiler alert, he's very blue, he's very berry,
He's
and boy, does that
Blueberry.
about sum it up. Welcome, Blueberry!
Hi,
How are
boy.
you today?
I feel sad. I feel better now, though, that I'm on this island. It's so dark, quiet, and gloomy.
Just like
I
my
feel right at
personality.
home.
Love what you've done with the place. First question, how does it feel being the first one out of the show, and what would you have done with the prize money if you managed to win?
I was completely blindsided. Everybody was against me, even Box. And that guy has no personality.
Exactly.
With the prize money, I probably would have played it smart and invested it only to lose it all.
Clever.
I would have gambled
Go big
it.
or go
Personally,
home,
I would
right?
have gambled it.
And even though you went home. But now, if you had to choose someone to come with you on Indefinite Island, who would you choose?
That's a tough one. I would choose Box. He doesn't...
Why would you... You're like dissing Box for having no personality, but on the second chance, you're like, oh, I would choose Box. Why would you choose Box?
That's a tough one. I would choose Box.
It doesn't make
He
sense.
doesn't speak much. We can just sit here in silence. And also, he's the ringleader of everybody else. He's making all the decisions.
No, he's
like
not.
Me, he was in control of everything.
You could have fooled me. Among what did happen, what was your favorite thing about competing in Inanimate Insanity Invitational?
Between paint exploding all over me, being punched for miles, and sitting around aimlessly.
It would probably be
it's
sitting
a
around.
three-way tie.
Oh,
Must have been a
damn.
blast, flying all the way here after your defeat. Speaking of which, why do you think blue is the color of defeat?
Blue is my color.
And I
That's
feel
why
defeated.
It's the color of defeat. If it wasn't blue, it would just be another gross color.
It's a shame,
Like green?
but objectively true. So Blueberry, why throw the challenge?
It's so weird that you keep calling this a competition, when in reality, I did all the work. Even Candle couldn't match up to holding a candle on my victory. Man, I give up.
You've said that you've done all this work, but for some reason the camera didn't seem to catch any of it. So, Blueberry, please tell us,
There's probably
what
a
did you
lot behind the
actually
scenes.
do?
I helped morale. I was a cheerleader. I helped everybody be their best.
He was doing
Everybody so
the
depressed.
quite opposite. He was doing the opposite of cheering. He was booing the entire time.
People believe I did all the work, but I actually just sat on my ass and cried like a little bitch boy, and that's most likely why I got kicked out. Even though I have the personality of a soggy Pringle and Moist Critical combined into one character, people just didn't seem to vibe with that. And now we're kinda turning over to chills. Number 15. Blueberry voted out of Insanity Invitational. That's crazy.
And in the end, they just couldn't see that.
And neither could any of the viewers at home, but we here love you anyway. Did
We
you
love
like anyone on your
Blueberry.
team?
Like, I didn't like anyone. I
Box?
didn't even like myself. I respected Box the most, but liking people is a whole different story.
Blueberry is
not that
is-
annoying.
He's
balloon.
kinda
He just
hurting my
floated.
feelings.
He floated through the challenge, and then Life Ring couldn't even make it down. It doesn't make any sense why they're still in the game, and I'm here now. And Tea Kettle, does she even make tea?
Probably, but I'm always
Snot.
optimistic.
Snot,
and
right?
why are you so pessimistic, huh, Bluey? What's got you down,
Bluey.
sad clown?
Pessimistic. I disagree vehemently. I'm the most optimistic person on this island. Couldn't find a more cheerful blueberry out there. If you looked in the bushes, you might find a raspberry. And those guys are so annoyingly pessimistic. You have no idea what you're in for.
So we're gonna get
So,
a
if
raspberry
you're
in
so
season
full of
4?
love, what do you enjoy doing outside of the competition? Anything?
Next question.
Baking.
Oh wow, that's
Baking
incredible.
is good.
Maybe Mifone can hire you back for
Oh
some
yeah, there
catering.
was.
Is there anyone else
Wait.
aside?
There was the episode of baking, right? Weren't there a blueberry charged up, and then they ran across the desert. They started baking, and then I think someone put raisins in their cookies instead of chocolate, and that kind of like started global warming, and then the entire Earth exploded. So that's why they basically lost.
If your team you think would be not so bad to see again?
On the other teams,
Box.
there were a couple of not so bad ones out there. Like Paintbrush. Brush was yellow, the color of happiness. Goo was pretty bad, but at least he told it as it is.
I like Goo.
I didn't mind Test Tube. She was really, really nerdy, but I was such a jock that I think I would have beaten her in the merge. But until then, we would have made a great team. So nerdy, but people respect that, you know?
Oh yeah, sort of like 8-Ball. You two wouldn't happen to be related, would you?
Who is 8-Ball?
It'd take a while to explain, so I'll just skip ahead because I just need to know. You seem awfully quiet, but do you like talking to others?
No, I enjoy silence. That's why Box was my favorite, because I am way too good at conversation.
But it's kind of funny how he
I
hates.
decided I'd be better off without it.
He hates
If
Box,
I
but
was ever in a
sometimes he vibes with Box.
conversation, I would win.
Sorry to break your no-talk streak. Maybe a cookie will make it better. Do you like Oreos, or a classic
Chocolate chip.
or...
I really like raisin. They're kind of like blueberries, except wrinkled.
Insightful. I won't try to run your genius dry, so just one more
Except wrinkled. I really like raisin. They're kind of like blueberries, except wrinkled.
So you're telling me that Blueberry is a cannibal? Why would you eat something that reminds you of yourself? I was actually a huge fan. I liked Blueberry. I liked their personality, their voice. I wanted a Blueberry plushie. I still want a Blueberry plushie. But the fact that they are a well-known sociopath, psychopath, and a cannibal at the same time, it's kind of like lowering them down on my score a little bit.
Insightful. I won't try to run your genius dry, so just one more question. What is your biggest takeaway from your experience competing in Inanimate Insanity Invitational?
Yeah, my biggest takeaway is that I played too hard. I played too hard and everybody got
You were
sick of
in
it. They
one
voted me off.
episode!
I made the choice to stay because I really need to work on some things. And if I do that, I really think I have a shot at winning in the next game. If there is a next game.
Probably not. Guess this
I mean, they were
conversation
close
turned me
enough.
into a pessimist. Uh-oh. I hope you had as much of a transformative experience as I had, Blueberry. Have a nice day.
Oh, you have a nice day too. I'm just gonna sit here and wait till I sleep. Enjoy the sunshine outside of this island.
And that's all for today. Thank you, patrons, for
like
supplying
that.
the questions for today's episode.
I
Thank
really,
you,
really
Blueberry,
like
for
that.
being just the silliest ball of sunshine this
Silliest
side of
ball of
Indefinite Island.
sunshine.
And thank you all for tuning in. This is Yellow and Gear with IPR signing off.
That was actually really good. Like, I like seeing behind the scenes stuff kind of this. It kind of gives me like a little bit of Total Drama Island vibes, which is like super nice. We're gonna go for the next one, which is Fan. Which one am I not looking forward to? I'm really... Bo is gonna make me cry. Bot is gonna... Yin-Yang, I really don't care about Yin-Yang, but Bot is definitely gonna make me cry. Let's go for Fan.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Mikkel QWERTY Casey, and this is
Mikkel,
Inanimate
that's me.
Public Radio's
That's
favorite
me.
segment, Exit Interviews. We're following each episode of Inanimate Insanity Invitational. We will be speaking
name
with
is
the
also
losing
Mikkel.
fool of the
That's my
month.
first name.
Unlike last time, we have a veteran here, which makes it even more embarrassing. A fan-turned favorite, Faniel from Inanimate Insanity.
Faniel.
I mean, I've never gone by Faniel, but thank you nonetheless for the enthusiastic introduction.
No problem, Faniel.
All right, that's
Faniel.
enough of that.
So how are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing all right, all things considered. I think people may have been expecting me to have a more intense reaction to my elimination given the past, but, you know, things are a little bit different now. Like, the show is not just the only thing that's what I'm around for at this point. So, it's just a game, and I lost, and that's fine.
That's-
now
yeah,
I get
that's
to
fine.
be here talking to you, and that's fun in its own way.
So, Fan, being the second eliminated, did you expect to get any further?
Boy, that's really some mood whiplash. You know, I didn't really have any expectations. I didn't think we were gonna be competing again. We were just thrust into this competition, so I couldn't be that disappointed. I was surprised. You win some, you lose some, and I'm
Yeah,
2
you're
for
right.
2 on the losing of some.
So you finally got your dream of being hit by the infamous fist thingy. Was it as good as you were expecting?
If you're asking if it was as good as I expected, the moment in which I was punted by a giant
You were
red
fisted
boxing glove,
all the way
no,
to the other
answer is
island.
no, it was better. 10 out of 10. Next question.
Well, let's
so
just keep
Fan
it
likes
positive.
getting
Did you find
fisted?
any of the new contestants enjoyable?
Oh, I mean, I think they're all a lot of fun. You know, the floor, he's a bit of an eavesdropper, but
Yeah, you're right,
I
you're right.
appreciate the attentiveness. Candle, I think, has a really interesting
grew on me.
perspective
They
on
really
the
grew on
world.
me.
I wish I could be as calm. And you know, Goo, let's be real, Goo's a sweetheart.
Yeah,
I know he
we
voted
love
for me,
Goo in
but
here.
I still can't help but like him. He's just a little squishy guy. You know,
Yeah.
how can't you like a nice little squishy guy?
He's just a squishy guy.
He's just
So
a little
then
squishy
there's
guy, yeah.
Cabby.
Oh.
What made you feel uneasy
Yeah.
exactly about that folder of hers?
I don't think it reflected the, moderate, but nonetheless existent personal growth that I went through.
It just
I think
changed
it was a
their
very surface level reading of who I
It like boiled down their personality into bullet points. Like instead of having a fully fledged character with emotions and feelings and an actual personality, Cabby's files were just like bullet points. Oh, Stanley, he is loud, annoying, he has a nose ring, and he's stupid. That's the reason why a lot of them actually dislike Cabby.
am. I think I'm more than just some obsessive fan that likes the show a lot. But I mean, hey, look, to each their own. I think it's just it was less anything specifically that was in there and more the tone. You know, it's about the tone.
100%,
It is about the
100%.
tone, yeah.
Because I felt like they were better than
hopefully
everyone
that
else.
It puts you at some sense of ease knowing that you're home on your favorite show. How does it feel being on every season? And what were you looking forward to specifically for this one?
You know, I was looking forward to seeing my favorite band, Spoiled Lemon, perform while I enjoyed a nice little resort with my friends, and all of those expectations were quickly
Thrown out the
dashed.
window,
Life's
yeah.
gonna throw surprises at you. That's what I've learned from my experience.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that your excitement for seeing Spoiled Lemon was spoiled. From a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at gaming?
Oh!
Gaming. Well, I game a lot, and yeah, it's a 0. I'm not good at it.
That's a shame to hear.
Yeah.
So, what was your biggest takeaway from this season? Your favorite moments? Maybe some things that you'll miss the most?
Wow, from all 2 episodes I was in. Well, let me really
But
just
to take it back again,
take
Fan,
a
get back
big
again, right?
look back down memory lane. I think Test Tube put on a really nice funeral for Bodhi. I thought I was
Yeah,
very
that was
moved
very
by it.
sweet.
I enjoyed the whole experience of just meeting new people. You know what I mean? That used to be something that really kind of freaked me out a little bit because I'd see someone new and I'd be like, oh no. But now when I see fresh faces, it's just I want to learn more about them and have a chill time like we're having right now.
Speaking of having a chill time,
Hmm.
do you miss Hotel OJ? What about Lightbulb?
I do really miss Hotel OJ. You know, it's a nice place. OJ ran a tight ship. What can I tell you?
They did good, yeah.
We were all taken
And
really
Baxter!
good care of. Then Lightbulb, hey, I mean, she was our fearless
like
leader
Lightbulb.
back on the bright lights, and she's still competing. She's in the final 4, and I wish her the best of luck. We're all rooting for her. Go Lightbulb. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Lightbulb. She's as weird as if I said that you had to choose between lemon tea or green tea with lemon.
Okay.
Which would you choose?
It's the same.
You know, that's a really good question. I would have to go with
Lemon.
the green tea with lemon, just because it's more bang for my buck.
No, lemon. Lemon
That's that
tea.
on that.
Lemon
That's
tea's
the
better.
right answer. So let's get back to the real stuff. Do you regret confronting Cabby the way that you did? Would you have done anything differently?
Maybe it would have helped if I told her, hey, you have this really personal and inaccurate information about me. I'm okay with the fact that you have this, actually. In fact, I'm not going to approach you about it at all. I mean, what was I supposed to do? I did
you're
what
right,
I
you're right.
did. Maybe I should have just sucked it up and accepted the fact that she didn't exactly view me in the best light. But, I mean, look, she's cool at the end of the day. I wish her the best. I try to be the bigger person, even though I think I'm maybe a little bit shorter.
Last question. Why didn't you stay on Indefinite Island? Are you looking to get back to your own show?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Look, Indefinite Island, I've had my time
It's indefinite.
competing on the show. And when I arrived at this strange, creepy place where I was only with mysterious walkie-talkie and Blueberry, who was not at all happy to see me, I mean, look, I'd rather just go home at that point and get back
it
to
makes
the
sense.
show that's my pride and joy. Fantastic features. I put a lot of time into it. I put a lot of heart into it, and I look forward to
What's
getting back to
Fantastic
it and being
Features?
able
Wait,
to
what's-
have many more wonderful conversations with all my friends. And I certainly hope that you continue to have great conversations as you continue on in your interviewing career. You know, us interviewers, we gotta stick together. It's a tough industry.
I hope you enjoy getting to be on the hosting side of your show again. Good luck on your big aspirations, fan. Safe travels.
Thank you.
And that's
What
it
was-
for today's episode, folks.
What was that fantastic fan episode? Because I've never... Is that like a spin-off or something that we haven't seen on this channel? Because I don't remember actually seeing it in like any of the other episodes. Oh, we actually do have more at the end here, do we?
Be sure to sign up and join in on the party.
Oh,
This is
it's about the Patreon. I always say this, guys. I always say that like the end of the video, like, you know, support the creators and so on. If they do have a Patreon, be sure to like actually support them. I'm gonna see if we can link it in the description below somewhere, so you guys can actually support AnimationEpic, so we can get some more videos like this one. That was cool. Let's go for Life-Ring Exit. Oh, it's Life-Ring. It's Life-Ring, guys. Life-Ring Exit. It's Life-Ring.
Hello, inanimate audience. My name is Whoopdoo, and
Who's
this is
Whoopdoo?
the Inanimate Public Radio
Whoopdoo
segment
is
that
new,
is an
right?
absolute lifesaver for our ratings. Exit interviews. And speaking of lifesavers, this Inanimate Insanity Invitational Eliminated Competitor of the Month is no stranger to the label himself. Today we have Life-Ring. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me. Now that I have my bag, I think we have it in the bag.
Love the sense of positivity.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt
Please
my
don't
own
forget
interview,
to
but I
replace
wanted to
green-
stop saving lives for a second and talk about something a lot more urgent.
Guys, I mean, editor, can you like replace the green screen with something extremely funny? Just literally anything. It could be anything you think of. Just like replace the green screen with something funny.
Great, Shadowland!
Anything but rage! Anything but rage, Shadow Legends!
How are you doing today?
You know, I was kind
We're
of upset
rating.
about it.
We're
you know,
rating this.
Getting voted out and everything. Especially, you know, I thought me and Box really had a great relationship out there, but guess I didn't know him as well as I thought.
Truly heartbreaking. Now,
But Box
I
still
want
has
to
no
go back to the
personality.
beginning. What made you want to go into your job as a lifesaver at the pool? And was it worth leaving it for the competition?
It's obvious,
You know,
isn't it?
every day I live my life thinking, you know, I like to smell the roses. I like to keep it positive, and I like to help other people feel that way too. So yeah, at the pool, it just gives me an opportunity to get in there, get in the zone, and make everyone feel great and safe and happy. And I prided myself on wanting to expand my horizons and be the greatest lifesaver I can. And what better way to be the best lifesaver in the world than to just play this crazy game and just make sure everyone's feeling comfortable? You know, if in that environment you can save lives, man, you're the real lifesaver.
Well, it's
Yeah,
good to
you're
hear
right.
that you
You're
still had a
true.
good experience, and I hope that your teammates made it all worthwhile. Did you have fun with them? And who of them did you get along with the most?
Yeah, I had a great time with them all. You know, so Nickel, he made fun of me a lot, he was rude, he was... okay, well, maybe not him. Okay, let me move on. Balloon, he was... He kind of followed Nickel a lot. He was concerned about him. Okay. Box, great
Box
bonds.
is
Best
like
friends for life,
no
you know, even though he voted for
personality,
me.
no nothing,
Great guy.
just
Tea Kettle, she was also,
the hors d'oeuvres
I
were
guess
great,
kind of
but
a
the
little
front
rude to
facing,
me.
the front
You know,
facing was
maybe I
not
didn't have
good.
as much fun as I thought, but again, I like to keep it positive, and I'm wishing them all the best. They're the underdogs right now. There's only 4 of them left, and I hope they can pull it out somehow.
I'm still so sorry to hear about what happened between you and Box. Did you expect for him to vote for you in the end, even after you stood up for him?
No! I didn't! I was shocked, honestly. You know, maybe I deserved it, though, because in the end, Nickel, as awful as he is, was right about one thing. I shouldn't have, you know, played with his life like that and made that a card on the table. That kind of goes against my code of honor and integrity, and
yeah.
I bit the bullet for it. Let me say, you know, I did.
I
And,
wonder what the
that's on
Box
me,
interview is
so,
gonna be
you know,
like. If
Nickel
it's
gets
gonna
to
be
live
like
another
6
day.
minutes
I
of
don't think
no
it's gonna
noise.
last much longer though, because he's really just getting on everyone's last nerves. So I don't really know what his strategy is there. I mean, he must be doing something because everyone's kind of voting with him at the end of the day. But I don't know.
It's still hard to believe that Box even voted for you after all the work that you put into those challenges. Did you have a favorite out of all 3 of the challenges that you competed in?
Yeah, you know,
Favorite.
I was inclined to say the diving, but unfortunately,
Yeah, but you
I slipped in
failed.
the
You
moment,
didn't
and that's
really
on me,
you didn't really
but
do good at
the
diving.
name challenge, I feel like we were all regrouped.
As
a
for a
team
life
really
ring, you
nicely,
actually
so
performed really
just being
badly when it
there,
comes to
we're just like,
diving.
oh, this is the name. But it was all right. You know, we worked together, and that was probably the only time we did.
Even with the ups and downs in your team, you played a very good game. But do you think there's anything that would change how far you made it in the game if you went about it differently?
Yeah, you know, Blueberry, he was pretty bad in the first episode, but I think I really should have solidified my relationship with the new players.
Yeah,
Kettle,
that makes
me, and
sense.
Blueberry, because I didn't quite realize how strong of a bond the returning players had. I thought that Balloon and Nickel had a rift. I thought that Box was just very level-headed. Maybe I could convince him, but yeah, no, I was wrong. So I think I would have done that. And maybe if the three of us were strong, we could have convinced one of them to flip, because in the end, they really didn't have a good incentive to flip.
So, what are the things that you like to do outside of saving people? Do you have any hobbies or things you love to do outside of lifeguarding? I just said the same thing twice.
Table tennis. I'm obsessed.
Oh, I
with
love table tennis.
I
It's
love it.
so good.
I love hitting the ball and then sprinting over to the other side and hitting it again. Now, I could work on it. You know, I'm only the world champion.
So he's
Oh,
playing
well,
with him.
that's amazing.
He's playing with him.
It's a season full of very talented contestants.
So he's basically playing. They are. I'm gonna start saying they are. They're just playing with themselves because if they run across the table, so they hit the ball, run to the other side, hit the ball, and run back again. And they are the world champion of bowling with themselves. That's kind of cool.
Are there any other contestants on the show who you especially respect the gameplay of?
Respect is a tough word. I would say OJ and Paintbrush seem to have it really on lockdown with just how level-headed it seems they're being, although there might be a rift there that could be exposed, but for now, I think they're doing pretty well. And Yin-Yang, too. I mean, the way he kicked them all off in the first episode, I mean, wow, that was really well done. And then on the other team, I think Test Tube is very, very smart. I would be very nervous to go up against her in a challenge. She can build things. She has more social ability than Cabby, so I feel like she's gonna do better in the game.
Well, those are very good picks, but you are just as impressive. You're able to stay under pressure and inspire everybody around you. Any advice for anyone who would want to do the same thing?
Yes! So I would say you go out there, go up to your local flower bush, and just smell the roses. Smell them,
Touch
take a
grass.
deep breath in, and realize life is beautiful, and it's precious. And you gotta roll with it. You gotta sniff, you gotta... like that.
Really get your nose in it.
If only all of your other teammates saw the value in that. I wanted to bring it to Kettle, who somehow went from voting you after the first challenge to being your sole ally. Would you say you left on good or bad terms with her?
You know, I would say neutral, which may sound weird. I appreciated her making an effort to go with my idea in the challenge, and, you know, she did vote with me. I do feel like it was kind of out of necessity. She didn't want to get voted out next, and if I went home, now she's on the bottom with the returning players, so that was part of it, but I think she did make an effort, and so I feel pretty good about her at the end of the day, and maybe we can, you know, grab a pop and have a chat.
Well, now you're here. What made you decide to stay on Indefinite Island even after being told to leave? Does Blueberry being there help at all?
No, it doesn't.
I like that they
He's
mentioned
awful.
Blueberry.
He looked at me just like I was just pest, like on day one. I didn't really like that. But look, it's in his best interest to get me off the island. If he can be the only one there, he's coming back into the game. He's not gonna
Oh,
have any
right.
opponent. So,
That's smart.
As much as it's annoying,
I never really thought
think
about
it's
that.
good gameplay. You know, I'm trying to look at it positively here. What made me decide to stay? I think I was pretty down, honestly, but then when Nickel sent me my bag back, it made me feel
sweet.
just that little extra positivity I needed to come back into the game. It really did. He's really just a little pest himself, but I can tell deep down, he's not awful.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Thank you for not only speaking with us, Lifering, but for inspiring us. We wish you the best of luck, and I hope you have something good in that safety kit to help you survive out there.
I think I'm gonna need a blueberry silencer, if you ask me. 'Cause, again, this guy is a lot. He's a lot to handle, but
I mean, he
like
doesn't
I
talk
said,
a lot.
I always look at things positively. I move forward, and we're gonna get it done. I'm gonna come back.
Even with his pessimism, I hope you and Blueberry have a great time out there. And that's all the time we have for this exit interview segment.
That's good, actually. What is the next one, actually? Oh, the next one is OJ. Do we have any... Wait, we do actually have something at the end. Well,
My
we...
inner flame guides me here, and I look into the lava down below. Join me if you insist.
I've learned so much.
Isn't this
I
just
know
like
you can
teaser for the
too.
episode?
Think deeply on any question. You will see.
I only see red goop. Is this some ruse?
Oh, this is just teaser for the next episode. Ah, okay, I get it. I'm actually really interested in a box episode, and that's right after OJ. I understand why the box episode is only like 5 minutes long. Let's go for OJ. I want to get some OJ.
Hello to our inanimate audience. My name is AIM, and this is Inanimate Public Radio's favorite and quite possibly only segment still worth caring about, the exit interview. After every invitational elimination, you can trust us to pass through the loser into an interview and reflect on their time playing the game. Now, here is an acronym that you might be familiar with. It starts with an O,
And
ends
ends with J.
and...
Orange
well, that's it.
juice! Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to our favorite normal guy, OJ.
Hey, hello. Thank you so much for having me on.
Hey, OJ, did I spell your name correctly?
Yeah, you did, AIM. It's really simple to spell.
It's 2
you did
letters.
A very good job at that.
It's
it actually
OJ.
stands.
Stop the presses! I've got something ready to fire!
That's crazy, guys. If it's Raid Shadow Legends, I will literally crash out. Oh, it's not Raid Shadow Legends. Anyways, we're gonna quietly skip past this here real quick and then go back to the interview.
So don't wait around, okay? Back to the interview!
Wow, thank you so much for that wonderful sponsor. I'll be sure to go play that thing right now. Wait, actually, I'm in the middle of an interview. Never mind.
Yeah, we were talking about me until Lifering kinda...
All right, let's get right into it. OJ, what was it like being in a competition again and away from the hotel? What was your takeaway from your experience?
Well, I definitely didn't expect to be back in the competition again. I don't think anyone expected Season 3 to just happen like
Out of
this.
nowhere,
Honestly, I don't think anyone saw that coming.
No, of course not. And I thought, oh wow, a nice little getaway from the hotel. It might be a healthy break for me. But
then,
no,
boom,
it just had
new
to be
game,
another
new
competition.
challenge. Yeah.
So yeah, once I realized I was trapped, I had to get my head back into the game again. And now that I've had a bit of experience managing a hotel, I figured, oh hey, this shouldn't be so hard anymore. But no, I was wrong
It's
about that
gonna be
too.
very
I guess a
hard.
big takeaway for me would be that your experiences don't always prepare you for the next big step in life, because you've got to be ready for the unexpected.
Yeah,
like
you're right,
running
actually.
out of towels, or your drone delivery service doesn't accept cash, or, being
the drone
thrown into
hitting
another
you.
competition against your will again, stuff like that.
Very relatable content there, OJ. I'm sure that all of our lovely viewers at home will be able to
Isn't that
sympathize with your
Candle? Is
struggles.
AIM?
Anywho,
Is
being
AIM
back
or
in the
Amy? Are
competition
they
and
Candle?
being around MePhone and suffering through his endless challenges.
It almost sounds
once
like they may
again.
be
How did
Candle.
you feel about that? And did his cookies ever change?
Yeah, I wasn't too happy about that either, as you can imagine. MePhone's a real pain and caused me enough headaches. I've had enough of him already. I mean, Season 1 jumped off a cliff 3 times. And what do you know? I'm swept into a new season, and guess what we do?
Jump off a cliff again?
We jump off a cliff again.
Yeah.
Seriously, this guy's got no chill. But hey, let's just say I reported a little safety concern before I left. I sued him once, I can easily do it again. That one's for you, thinkers. Oh, and by the way, his cookies still probably suck. I won't ever taste them again, but once was enough.
Yuck, sounds gross. Well, it's great to hear you're still looking out for the thinkers even after you've left. You and Paintbrush in particular had a really powerful dynamic together, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Paintbrush and I were both trying to fit in the thinker's driver's seat at the same time, so there was definitely some heat between us, no doubt.
Yeah.
Especially near the end.
Then again, who doesn't have a little bit of heat with Paintbrush?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think all of that brought us a little closer, though, you know?
What about the rest of the team? How do you think they'll be without you?
Hopefully fine, I think. I left Paintbrush in charge, but I'm pretty sure they just gave it up because I heard Yang shout something about destroying the government. So,
Down with the
here's hoping for
system!
the best. Yay!
You sure? You don't seem confident about that.
Yeah, Yin-Yang's pretty unpredictable. The
Yeah,
floor
they
is
really are.
scary and absolutely everywhere. I mean, Candle's got a pretty good way of keeping people calm, so as long as she sticks around, I think the team should be great. So, I wish them all the best. Even Silver. He played the game well, and I don't hold anything against him, other than being a bit of a jerk about it afterwards.
Yeah,
That was
they really
rude.
were.
Yeah.
Every
your
time they
team's a
win,
bit
they're kind of like just being
explosive.
annoying.
That's one word for it.
But they're all good-hearted people, and you got to know all of them personally.
Yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better team. They were great.
Oh, for sure. But let's talk about your elimination. You've gone from the first place winner of Inanimate Insanity Season 1 to an early boot of Season 3. And this was the first time you've been eliminated ever. How did it feel?
Well, I've got to say, it felt weird. I've seen so many of my friends be eliminated before, and I've always wondered, what if that had been me? I mean, it's so difficult to drop everything you've done and worked so hard for and be forced to walk away. You know, the hotel and the competition, it's no different. But at the same time, I was kind of relieved. I didn't have to worry about the craziness of the game once I finished Season 1, and boy, I really did not need any of that in my life again. So I think the timing worked out.
Actually, let's flip this around for a sec. Imagine you weren't eliminated, OJ, and instead you actually won again. What would you have done with the money?
Oh, yeah, I've thought
Reinvent
about that
the
a lot.
hotel?
I mean,
Fix the
I've already
hotel?
got the money to make a hotel and then some, but
you have to
even
fix it.
more, It'd be nice to expand a bit.
Yeah.
Paradise has got a lot of open space, and I could totally see an OJ resort fitting quite nicely there.
But what about
Big
the
spacious
ground?
villas,
What about the
towel service, beachside grill? Oh man, it would have been so cool.
If you'd won, I wish you'd given me a free room or something, because that sounds awesome.
Well, aw shucks, I lost.
This resort sounds so nice and relaxing. And speaking of, since you're such a high-strung person yourself, we'd love to know, throughout all the chaos in the hotel, how do you like to relax?
Honestly, I'm most happy when I'm productive, being on my feet and fixing problems left and right, so the chaos doesn't bother me too much. But once I've dusted off my hands and sit down after a long day of fixing problems and making everyone happy, it's nice to kick back and cool off in the walk-in fridge. I'll listen to cool music,
That makes
close my
sense.
eyes, and just unwind. It's my chillin' time.
That sounds awesome. Chill vibes in a chill room. What more could a juice want?
I don't know, maybe another $1 million?
Now, last question.
maybe.
This one's from me personally, and I definitely didn't ask anyone to put this question in. Who do you think will win Inanimate Insanity Invitational?
I've got to bring it back to Paintbrush. I know I've talked about them so much, but they've got some great skills and
Oh,
lots
it's gotta
of
be funny to
determination.
see their
Not
exit
to mention,
interview.
they know how to twirl it. That's gonna bring them far, no doubt. I think they just need to keep a handle on their temper.
Yeah,
But
you're right,
that
you're
could
right.
intimidate players from going after them, so who knows? Maybe it'll come in handy someday.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, it's a fun callback.
Handle on their temper?
Oh, that's not at all what I was going for. But hey, yeah, cool. They do have a handle.
I'm funny. Anyway, that's a wrap on today's exit interview.
Wow, well, thank you so much. That was pretty chill.
Alright. I know that I said that you had the chill vibes, but let's be honest. I'm the one with the chillest vibes here.
Yeah,
no,
probably
I
during the
wouldn't
interview, yeah. I would say though. I would say that.
OJ, it's okay to admit that I'm cool.
Are we really doing this? Are we really saying who's cooler after I went through that
It's
whole
AIM.
thing about me
It's-
sitting
it's
in a fridge?
AIM. It's
Come
AIM
on, man.
all the
that
way.
was the coolest thing I've ever said. Come on, I'm cool.
OJ's being
actually,
fired up
I'm
right
the cooler
now.
one. Sorry.
OJ's
Anyways,
fired up.
Thank you very much to the not cool OJ for taking the time
The
to
not
answer
cool
our questions,
OJ.
which were written up by the Inanimate Insanity patrons.
Hell yeah. I want to go for the box interview. I'm really excited for this one.
Medical record 4213. Patient received 4 hours of sleep in the night, albeit interrupted. This next procedure will require full concentration and absolute quiet.
Why is it always Life Ring? Can Life Ring, like, get the hell out of here instead? Oh, never mind. It's not a sponsor. It's actually just Life Ring taking over the interview.
This next procedure will require full concentration and absolute quiet.
Box, buddy! Where are you? Time for the exit!
Who are you? You're not allowed back here. You said you were exiting? Well, by all means, please do.
No, silly. I'm an exit interviewer. Well, in training. It's this segment where Inanimate Public Radio interviews the contestants who leave Inanimate Insanity Invitational. And it's the perfect excuse to see my old teammate, my compadre over here, and check on how he's doing after the whole whoopsie-daisy I've been hearing about.
He's not doing too well.
So you're not leaving?
First question. Box, can you update us on your recovery from the big injury?
He cannot. Any speaking would only exacerbate the symptoms. Critical condition.
Not as critical as this next question. Why is the word box written inside of you? Does it mean anything significant?
I was curious about that myself.
I think it's genetic, right? Don't we all have birthmarks that spell out our names?
Let me get this straight. You think you have an internal birthmark of the name Life Ring written inside of you?
Well,
I mean,
how
that would
else
be-
would I have gotten
I
my
mean, there's
name?
gotta be, like, made in China
this next
somewhere,
man
right?
would love to send some Get Well burgers from Pizza C's High Poppin' Pizza Cafe. What's your order?
No one's remaining in good health ordering from Pizza C's High Poppin' Pizza Cafe.
Delivery for a Mr. Life Ring.
Cancel order. What about Tea Kettle and her food?
She sent daily care packages, but Box is not able to eat them yet, so I've carefully set them aside in the other room.
Huh. I was wondering what that pile of baskets I knocked over while running in was.
Nice,
Next,
thank you.
Back in Season 2, how did you feel about being unfairly sent to the calm down corner after Marshmallow got sent to Mars?
One trauma at a time, please.
Suit yourself. I prefer to multitask my trauma. Why did you vote for Balloon and Nickel at elimination? Did it fit to some master plan for the rest of the game?
I suppose Box strikes me as a type who felt he could lead you and Tea Kettle, but turned against you when he realized that he could keep Nickel in to take the fire for his grand schemes in a merged power alliance, shields himself from the votes, and plays in secret, which is why he... why am I getting into this? Are we done?
Not until my last breath. Box, what's inside you?
Internal bleeding.
What's in the box?
Well, the internal part is redundant. A little blood humor.
It's only the
Box,
bleeding
you
that's...
were very talkative and social in this game. You were practically the star of the team. How has this position in the game really made you feel?
Let me ask you a question. Do you agree he was the star of your team? Did you feel inferior to him, perhaps?
Not
Desperate to latch
inferior.
onto the mere glimmer of his success? Is that, in fact, why you're here right now?
Next question! Box,
Not a question.
Just
despite
Box.
your very short time on Inanimate Insanity, did you enjoy yourself? What was the biggest takeaway?
Hopefully, to be more careful.
Box, what D&D class would you play? I'm feeling
Druid.
maybe a barbarian?
Druid.
I played fantasy roleplay in my youth. I was a musical bard. The Elder Dragon swiped my flute, and I fought for it back, but I lost. Broken, I put it behind me, and turned to playing Operation every single day. Now, it's all I know.
Wow, Box said that?
That's
Of course,
traumatic.
I never heard of this D&D. I'm a doctor, not some...
Nerd.
Next question.
How exactly do you travel around with no limbs?
Doctor-patient confidentiality.
Teleportation.
Okay, Box, what's your favorite thing to do and talk about in your free time outside of the
Just standing and doing
He
nothing.
loves peace and
And
quiet.
quiet.
Can't get enough of it.
Message received. Now, Box, we know your team all had a high opinion of you, but how did you feel about your teammates fighting over you, and even worse, you getting hurt because of it? Do you hold it against them? Do you find me, them
It wasn't
annoying?
really
Do I find
Box's
you annoying?
fault.
No.
Was it?
I find you insufferable. You claim to care about safety, yet possess perhaps the worst sense of judgment I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The idea of help is at best misguided and at worst suffocating. If I have to entertain even one more pointless, repetitive, devoid of insight question, instead of focusing on my job, caring for who you claim to be your friend, make no mistake, I will literally blow my top.
Oh, okay.
So,
Next question.
you good, Box?
That does it!
No, not Dr. Fizz!
Time for the safety kit to do what it was made for. And medical tape. You okay, Fizzmeister?
What happened?
Did they literally just did they do
gonna be okay.
Did they do what I think they did?
Saved me?
I didn't do anything you don't do for your patients every day, I'm sure. Here, I have just one last question and then I'll get out of your froth. What do you think of your interviewer?
I think... perhaps he's better at caring for others than I gave him credit for.
Aww.
I apologize. The stress of this line of work gets to
I
me
like that we have
sometimes.
like
You're alright, Life Ring.
You
You're
know,
alright.
we're building on Dr.
Aw,
Fizz's
shucks!
personality.
That means a lot, Doc. And it means a lot that all of our patrons sent in such wondrous questions. Kudos to them.
Even though, like, I kind of did want the interview just to be like, box with a beeping monitor and then the interviewer just like asking question upon question upon question. But the fact that we got some more personality to Dr. Fizz at the end was actually really nice. Is this just like a shout out to Patreon, or is there more?
I do still find it morally suspect that you prioritized video over someone's health. And...
Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound.
Yeah, exactly. That is kind of weird. I mean, they just want to check in on Box, which actually kind of makes sense. We're gonna go for Tea Kettle!
Hello, you inanimate interneters. I'm Abby from Inanimate Public Radio, here to spill the tea with the latest eliminated contestant from
I like the
Inanimate
music in the
Insanity
background. That's nice.
Invitational.
That's me. I'm Tea Kettle. Ask away, Abby.
All right, Tea Kettle, how are you enjoying your time on Indefinite Island so far?
Well, I'll tell you, hon, it may look like a pretty crummy island, and that's because it is. The sky is always dark, there's barely any food around here.
Oh, the
but
music is
luckily,
actually really
I found
good.
more coconuts. Turns out they're not only indefinite, but also inconspicuous. The others here gave up, but I know where to look.
For the
Tea Kettle,
coconuts.
always caring for others, huh? What led to these
You have to make the
motherly
hors d'oeuvres,
instincts
yeah.
kicking in?
Look, that's just a part of who I am. Yeah, I'm kind of maternal, but I don't want anyone losing sight of the fact that I came to compete. I wasn't just there to be the team's protector.
Right, I know what you mean. So, this asker wants to know, what did you think of Box getting injured?
Gee,
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
sucked.
If someone you cared about fell down a hill and spontaneously combusted,
Busted.
how would you feel about it?
That
what
would
kind
hurt.
of question is that? I wish I could have protected him. You know, for the sake of the team.
I'm sorry, let's go for something that'll cheer you up. say that really funny note that made you all laugh? We never got to see it.
Yeah, that's right! Yeah, what was it?
Oh, it was too funny. It was... Gosh, okay. I can't explain it. I can. But you wouldn't appreciate it. You just had to be there.
Oh, come
I
on!
suppose it shall remain a mystery that'll haunt me for the rest of my days. Anyway,
Yeah, just like that
Kettle,
front-facing
if you
photo.
had to pick a baked good and only ever eat that one baked good, what would it be?
Croissant.
I'll tell you what it would be. It would be a very poor diet. Seriously, who's supervising your eating habits? I'd like to have a word with them.
Okay.
I don't think you understand. They were just being silly.
I'll say.
So, Tea Kettle, what's your favorite type of tea?
Mine.
Love it. Now tell me, how do you make your famous hors d'oeuvres, and what is your favorite to make?
What is their
Well,
tea?
I pack each and every one of my little hors d'oeuvres with love. Okay, yeah, but for real, make sure you've got plenty of garlic and chili powder. I slap that stuff on everything. Goes super well with my deviled eggs. Those are the best. Even Blueberry cracked a smile when he had one. And that's the real seal of approval, if you ask me.
Ooh, that sounds delish. Fittingly enough, we received this question, and I quote, Tea Kettle, can I have some of your hors d'oeuvres, please?
Well, you did say please, but you didn't say may I. So I'm feeling...
May I please
So
then
am
have
I.
some?
Now, Tea Kettle, how do you think Nickel and Balloon will do now that they're so outnumbered? Do you think they'll still be able to find a way to turn this competition around?
Well, I wish those boys the best. For Balloon's sake. He's
They're
a
really good
sweet
guys,
kid,
yeah.
And he was so anxious at that elimination. And hey, I'd be too if I chose to keep Nickel around. I honestly think Balloon made a huge mistake. But hey, sometimes
they're
you
friends.
just
They
gotta
made
let your
up.
boys make mistakes.
They made
and
up,
learn
yeah.
From experience.
You mean teammates, right?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
No, it wasn't. You said boys.
Like a vault. Do you talk to your mother that way? Argue with her? Eliminate her? Would you vote out your own mother?
Wow, there's a lot to unpack there.
There's like some
so
personal
Tea Kettle,
issues
would
in
you
this
say
interview.
You felt underappreciated by your team?
I'll make this one real plain. Balloon kept Nickel over me. Let me say that again. He kept Nickel over me.
But it's the boys!
Yeah, I feel an
The boys!
itty bit underappreciated. Wouldn't you?
Do you think of any contestants as close relatives?
Of course not. I'm a competitor. Don't let the motherliness fool ya. Sure,
But
I
you're
baked
still in
my
here for the
team
money.
some dishes and knishes and helped them develop some manners and watched as they grew up before my eyes before they betrayed me. Like a child moving out to live their life, leaving you alone in the dust.
If I may, it sounds like you're describing Balloon and Nickel as your own kids.
Yes, Abby,
Yeah.
I know I'm describing them as my own kids. You don't need to spell it out.
You want to get into all of that?
Nah.
I'm a competitor, Abby. Let's talk game.
Sure, of course. What would you say is your favorite memory from your time on Inanimate Insanity?
There was this one time before the volcano scaling challenge, I knew I was next to go without my ally life ring. So I prepared my greatest strength building recipe,
Hors
spinach
d'oeuvres.
tidbits. I knew Nickel wouldn't try them. So Balloon and I told him they were sour candies and told him how much cooler he'd be than us if he completed the sour ball challenge.
Oh, that's
We downed
smart.
the full plate
That
all
is
at
so
once.
smart.
I could tell he was disgusted, but I didn't hear a lick about it because he wouldn't admit that challenge was hard for him. He tried to fake this huge smile. Then we won the challenge. It was nice. We didn't get too many big victories as a family. That was my favorite.
I
Even
actually
if
do
I
kind of
guess
like
it was
Teapot,
motherly
Tea
of
Kettle.
me.
Girl, you were a total competitor. Are you kidding? That's so great. You give people strength and you rock the contest.
Gosh, yeah, it was fun while it lasted, and I'm proud of my game. Call me a mom all you want, but I was here to play.
Right? And who wouldn't want to have a motherly figure on their side, especially in a competition like this? You know what? To answer your earlier question, no, I could never vote out my own mother. No one's that cruel. No one.
Thank you, Abby. At least someone here gets that.
And that's all the tea for today, folks.
That's really
Thank you
sweet.
so much for speaking with me about the great game you played, Tea Kettle. And an extra special thank you to the Inanimate Insanity patrons.
Like, the fact that we get so much more, like, personal with these characters is super nice. Like, I think I do remember that Tea Kettle was alright. They weren't really my favorite, and I felt like they were a little bit annoying sometimes. But now when we get some more personal details in terms of, like, why they act a certain way that they do, is actually super, super nice. I like that. Not really a huge fan of them, but you know what? We're gonna go for Cabby.
Well. This one was truly
It's time
a
for
shocker.
Cabby.
I'm Satomi, and I'm with Inanimate Public Radio, here with the exclusive exit interview of the most recently eliminated contestant, Cabby. I'm sure you're all excited to hear about this and that, but first and foremost, how are we doing today, Cabby?
Excited to chat. I think it could be really helpful for me.
That's great. We're all about reflection here at IPR. So, Cabby, what do you think is the most valuable nugget of wisdom that you took away from competing on the show?
You can't trust
Violating.
anyone.
Not violating anyone's privacy.
Is that it?
Dude, they have violated every single person's privacy since the start of the show. That should be the takeaway. So I saw like some people mentioned in the comments of like a previous video that Cabby has dementia or Cabby has short-term memory. And I do understand that. But the way that Cabby is framed, the way that Cabby is portrayed as a character is that they are literally just a walking, talking privacy violation. The fact that they have, again, bullet points of all the different characters is like a violation of their privacy. I do understand that having problems with short-term memory and so on is hard to deal with, but again, they are portrayed as someone who literally has files upon files on the different characters.
Right into it, huh? How about this? Do you feel like you can't get over that test tube betrayed you? Or would you say that you sort of respect her strategy?
It was obvious.
Listen, betrayal for the sake of the game? That I can get over, but our partnership, our friendship, we would have been so strong together. It brewed with potential, and I just don't know why she'd throw that away. And that feeling of not knowing, that's what hurts.
Well, there's obviously something you did that seemed to upset her and everyone else. So, can you talk about why you made files about other people in the first place?
Yeah.
I did it so I could understand them.
And how long do you research for your files?
Clearly not long enough.
Right. Still, though, I gotta hand it to you. Your work can be pretty impressive. Like, when you had the immunity vote results in episode 4, how did you even convince MePhone to give you those anyway?
Cookies, obviously. Second item on his profile.
Yeah, if only everything was that simple. But, back to some complicated stuff here. Was there something you think you could have done differently to prevent yourself from getting eliminated?
When fans stole that file, I knew he couldn't be trusted, which is why I voted him out.
Yeah,
but when I tried to build trust with TestTube by willingly sharing files, that got me voted out. If I could go back, I guess I should have just not trusted.
I guess you wouldn't consider yourself very extroverted then, would you?
Would someone extroverted require constant input from other people to feel alive? Why, yes.
Have you been interacting with Indefinite Island's other inhabitants? Or are you just minding your own business there?
Well, I quickly deduced that not everyone wanted to stay, which I learned by process of elimination. Oh, I didn't even intend that. Oh, that's good. But yes, one inhabitant in particular, the walkie-talkie, gives us all a choice to stay or go. She sure seems to favor one side, though.
Seems like you chose to stay. And since you're here, let me ask you about this, Cabby. What rhymes with orange? Do you have that in your files?
Why, yes,
orange.
There is one word that rhymes with orange.
Orange.
I won't tell you what it is.
Orange rhymes with
you
orange.
asked me for my fruit file really nicely.
It's okay. I was just messing with you. Next question.
It's sporange. Sorry.
Sporange.
I had to tell you.
Get out.
Thanks.
Get out.
Appreciated. Wait, is that a real word? Never mind.
Sporange is not a real word.
What else do you have in those files anyway? Anyone of interest? Any cool facts that you know about people?
A certain guy in the media.
Yin-Yang. Their primary constant is that there is none. If I were placed on a team with them, I would need to absolutely distance myself if I were to have any level of predictability in my gameplay. And as a fun fact, one of them is deathly afraid of merry-go-rounds. And it's not Yin.
It's Yang?
Well,
yeah.
The merry part has always been kind of misleading to me. All right, out of everybody left, who do you think is the biggest threat to win the game?
Well, I think by all metrics I have a splendid chance of... Oh, sorry. had a splendid chance. Tenses, huh? I hoped that test tube and I could make a fearsome duo, but since that didn't quite work out, I'd keep a keen eye out for Nickel and Balloon, or Goo and Bo. Quite a duo of duos. Pairs like that, they're hard to come by.
Seems like you're pretty beat up by the loss, huh? What made you want to win so badly?
Because I was
Money.
the only one playing.
Money!
I even wrote an instruction manual, though I feel that's a file I won't be sharing with anyone.
An
Pretty
instruction
amazing
manual on how to
much faith you have in
winning?
your own writing, Cabby. Why do you expect that people are always going to act the way that you write them in your files?
Because they do. It's fascinating, frankly. Everyone runs on the same habits over and over again. Silver makes others work for him. Paintbrush obsesses. Bo is dead and inexplicably back alive with absolutely no possible explanation, which is driving me up a wall, and I haven't been able to come up with a single feasible theory that works.
Yeah.
Everything in my files about them is accurate. They just don't want to admit it.
Even if that's true, do you ever, feel guilty about what you've written, though?
I didn't used to.
Did you feel the same when you wrote the file on yourself?
What? File on myself? No. No, that'd be silly. Wacky, even. Do I look like a clown of a gal to you? Never, ever would I ever even conceive of the mere notion to...
Alright, this is going nowhere. Look, what about Test Tube? Were these files part of your long-term plan with her?
Sort of. I can evenly divide the plan into precisely 3 pieces. I am a piece, Test Tube is a piece, and our combined strength was a piece. There's those tenses again. Everything I was recording indicated that Test Tube would lend me something a little more subjective than I have been able to convey in my writings.
So they played a game and then lost.
Warmer.
Oh,
But
they
here
just
we
want to
are,
feel
after
something?
A cold knife to the wheel. Look what putting yourself out there gets you.
Hey, Cabby.
You okay?
I don't think you did anything wrong.
Seriously?
Seriously?
After all of this?
They did do a
Doesn't matter
lot
what
wrong.
I think, What I want to know is if you think that you did anything wrong.
If I did nothing wrong, I wouldn't be here right now, would I? I know I'm wrong, and I want to figure out how to win people over. And you know what? I think this ominous island is just the place to start figuring that out. Yeah, this is exactly where I need to be right now.
So they can start training so they can get back
Glad to
into
hear it.
again.
Next question.
Okay, you can leave now. Thank you for chatting with me today.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you all for tuning in to
Interesting.
today's exit interview segment. And
It's kind of funny how they decided to end the interview short instead of going all the way to the end, but maybe it's because they're scheming now. Maybe the last couple of questions opened the eyes for Cabby. So now they're gonna, start training, just like Blueberry. Basically like Blueberry did on the island, just start training and getting ready for when they can get voted back in so they have a winning chance, which they did. Right, we're gonna go for Clover!
Hello, inanimate viewers. My name is Bribey, and here we go!
Where's Clover?
We have taken to the skies in a device of my own making, the Dynamic Fly Pedal Bike-Lading Response Scoot.
Okay,
bike
a
in the
scoot.
sky. I named it Goose.
That's a
HQ
duck.
has been in the sky. I named it Goose.
That's a duck.
Inanimate Radio HQ has been searching the skies for a contestant who has gone rogue, the one and only Clover, and we must attain the ultimate interview. After triangulating her coordinates, I've taken off after her last known location. It may take a while for me to find her, but between my bravery and Goose's, nothing can stop us. Oh,
Goose's.
there she is.
Hi, Clover.
Hello there.
And wouldn't you know, she's being propelled into the air by butterflies. Greetings, Clover. Mind giving us a little on-the-fly interview?
Ah, that's funny.
Yeah, sure, why not? I love your charming little flying contraption.
Thanks, I named them Goose. Now let's ask some questions. What was your biggest takeaway competing on Inanimate Insanity Invitational?
My biggest takeaway? I took away all the misplaced luck and gave it to my pal Nico. And I'm ready to find more places to take it. The flight has been extraordinary, and now I'm looking for others who are a little less extraordinary out there, who could use
So
some
you can
luck.
give them luck. Oh,
Has
that's
Box's
sweet.
accident affected the friendship between you two?
I sure hope it hasn't. I should send him a fruit basket. No, I'm not sure that'd be enough to make up for all the pain I've caused him. Oh,
I
Send
got
him a
it!
fire extinguisher.
Fruit in the shape of a basket. How could you not smile at that?
What's one thing you wish
Yeah,
was
you're right.
different about your luck?
That everyone could have it. A means of equal distribution. Come to think of it, just like Flory suggested, I'd have accomplished it too if Nickel didn't interrupt me, begging to keep the curse all to himself. I can see deep down he has a heart of gold. It was fun playing all those little games with him during the snapshot challenge. He also really helped me look inside myself to find my
Aw.
true calling, helping people. But yeah, that's what I'd wish was different. Oh, I'd also have liked it if I didn't kill anyone.
Whoa, it must be amazing having luck like that to make up for any interviewing skills you fear you may lack. I mean, general miscellaneous skills you might lack. Anywho, how did you come up with the names for your butterflies? And how come one of your butterflies is named Jake?
Oh, they told me their names. I speak butterfly quite well.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So, how can you tell your butterfly friends apart?
Yeah, that's
They
actually
all
a
look
real
kinda
question.
similar.
Oh, well, if you look closely, Cordelia tends to bob a little bit when she flies. Catalina is always precisely 2 to 3 inches higher than the others. Cassandra breathes a bit too loud, and Jake has less flaps a minute than the girls. But he makes up for it by being the lovable widow scamp that he is. Don't you, Jake?
Little murderer. Murderer Jake.
Jake! Family show!
You wouldn't say...
Naughty, naughty.
If your biggest problem came from your luck hurting others, wouldn't that technically make you unlucky, since you didn't want others hurt at your expense?
Wow, all this talk of hurting is making my head hurt. Next question.
Whoa, exciting! I think that's our cue for the lighting round. Fast answers. Phew, I am nailing this. What was your favorite memory from your time on the show?
Oh, stargazing with Bo and Goo. Cabby and Test Tube told us all about the constellations and how we...
Next,
Aw,
Clover,
sweet.
why are there hundreds of you in my backyard?
Oh,
Because you're
my.
lucky.
Sounds like your lucky day.
Are there other animals that you have a strong connection with?
Jellyfish. Bloop, bloop.
Oh, bloop bloop. Chocolate
Okay.
or strawberry milk?
Strawberry milk.
Chocolate.
Oh.
Want the milk, please.
Goose wants to know if you find them cute.
Brian, Goose doesn't talk.
Oh no! We lost the spirit of Goose, harnessed by others believing in them! I'm gonna fall out of the sky! Oh no, no,
So
no, no,
Goose
no.
was imaginary?
We're on the ground? Oh,
It was Clover's
we're
luck.
on the ground.
It was Clover's luck.
Yup.
Your luck! It must have saved us!
Not quite. You looked scared, and I figured I'd let my butterfly friends help us make our descent.
Aww.
Ah, it was so your luck. It saved us and... Wait, that's why the interview was so exciting too, huh? All the thunder and falling and basket-shaped fruits, it wasn't me at all. How can I be the ultimate interviewer without what you have?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't really looking to meet anyone new today. I just wanted a peaceful, quiet little flight. So if my luck had its way, we wouldn't even be talking right now. But when you came to me
Oh.
with your little flying machine, I figured, hey, let's see what this
Let's
guy
give them a
has to
chance.
say. And that was all you.
Huh. Looks like I beat luck to the punch. I didn't know I had it in me. Thank you, Clover. Good luck wherever you go.
Aww.
And
Aw,
thank you,
that was
Inanimate viewers,
sweet.
for joining me for this exit interview.
That's kind of funny, like, the way that they can, like, tell their names apart just, like, by their different shapes and sizes and so on is actually super cool. Goo! My boy! My little guy! My favorite guy! It's time for Goo, everybody!
Good evening, Inanimate Insanity viewers.
And a gooder evening to you.
All right, simmer down. My name is Pish Poshington, and
Pish
as
Posh.
you surely know, while I have previously retired from Inanimate Radio after a long, prosperous run, I decided to make a one-time exception for this unparalleled professional opportunity.
Wowzer.
Can someone escort that one out?
Who is that
I
one?
am here today
Who's
with a
that
fellow
one?
believed by many to be the greatest mind of the corporate world. And beyond that, a competitor, innovator, entrepreneur. I am beyond honored to take the time today to calmly learn from the one, the only.
And then Life Ring is gonna come in.
Thank you from Inanimate Insanity. Hooray!
Yay!
That was you? The loud one? There must be some misunderstanding.
No
misunderstandings here. It's me. And
Goo!
Spicy as an interrupted interviewer.
An interrupted interview?
Pause it, you gooey two-shoes!
I said it. I literally just say it. Who is it this time? Oh, it's Netflix.
Wasn't that just wacky?
Yes, it was. Never do it again. You are supposed to be a professional, are you not? Behave as such.
Goo is just a
Let us
goofball.
begin with the questions. What is the Cheer Factory's main goal? And what are your motives behind it?
The Cheer Factory?
The goal is mainly
Cheers?
Smiling?
Yeah, making people smile.
Maybe some tee-hees or hoo-hoos too. Don't want to push your luck though.
I'm sorry, I was under the impression that you ran a factory. A legitimate factory, making large quantities of goods?
No. We make large quantities of good for the world. Yeah.
Maybe it would help to get into specifics. What are some things that each individual teammate is cheered up by? As in, what can cheer a special teammate up?
It's different for everyone. Nickel likes positive reinforcement. Cabby likes to feel like she knows everyone and everything. And Clover likes butterflies. But
Oh, yeah.
Don't focus much on differences. I find a good old-fashioned silly dance does the trick for just about everyone. Would you like me to demonstrate?
I would,
But it's like,
alas,
it's
public
over
radio
voice,
is not
right?
a visual medium.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear, hold on, oh drat. You seem very durable in spite of your springiness, even holding up against Cabby's weight at the start of episode 4. Hypothetically, could someone survivably split you into 2 pieces? What do you think would happen?
2 goose.
Is this a threat?
2 goose.
Are you planning something? Yeah, I don't know what would happen. Just the thought of this is tearing me apart. Oh, that tickled.
During the bridge challenge, how did it
What?
feel
Oh.
to have limbs for once?
I want to have a Goo on Goo episode.
Dangled and
Just like a
down.
Goo interviewing
Yeah,
Goo.
more power to you. I just don't even know what I was supposed to use them for. It's nice to be able to count on your fingers, but I'm already really good at counting.
Do you feel a peer-to-peer connection with pine cones? Or do they feel more like conduits to a higher being?
Peer to
Somewhere in
peer.
the middle of the two, like a mentor-mentee relationship. I hope I make them proud.
Your analogies have been referred to as, and I quote, amusing. Do you use the same ones frequently, or just come up with them on the spot?
Ooh, usually everyone says they're very confusing, so this is a real step up. I actually have a journal where I keep a bunch of pre-planned analogies ready to go. Only problem is, I haven't been in a situation where any of them would be relevant yet.
Oh, so you got voted out
Rest assured,
before?
I know that soon the day will come where I think to myself, this is just like a hamper full of hot sauce. There's nothing dirty here, but it is a little spicy.
But the hot
Have you ever
sauce
melted
is dirty.
or frozen due to temperatures, and if so, what was it like?
It's a real honor to get my own interview and all, but this is the second question where someone's thinking about what it'd be like to utterly demolish me.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to keep this light.
That's totally fair. And hey, there's nothing lighter than the thought of the bright hot sun beating down on you until you can't possibly take it anymore.
That's
What
not light
happens
in any
that
way. I
scenario?
mean, that
Do you
is
just
light.
pass out from the heat, or do you slowly dissolve until you're nothing but a puddle of liquid on the ground?
I appreciate you rewording it. That's a lot less disturbing. I think I'd be the puddle, but my eyes and mouth would be intact, so I'd see it all happen and probably be screaming the whole way.
I'm beginning to worry that you're not taking this interview seriously.
What? How was I supposed to answer that question? That's how I think I would die, in my professional opinion.
Very well. While you're on your professional deathbed, tell me, do you think the $10 million were well spent on your film? And would you consider a titled TBD sequel or series?
I think I told the story I wanted
not
to tell
really.
in the first one, but unfortunately, it wasn't a story anyone wanted to hear.
Yeah, it was kind of
To the film's
boring.
inspiration, I think I understand why. It was all a little too much.
Yeah,
So
it
I take
was.
it the film won't be the start of an iconic franchise.
Nah, not really.
Larry told me maybe I could turn it into an ironic franchise. Does that impress you at all?
Well, it does leave me with an impression of you. Just not a good one. Rather, a bad one.
We
I
always
like
end up
Goo.
having the same conversation, don't we?
Aww.
Yes, now many seem to admire the work that you and your co-founder, one you regard as TBD, put into forming your cheer factory. What I would like to know is, do you plan to expand this business at all during your stay in Indefinite Island? Will you find more functional products to create? What about any business ventures outside
we
of the
went
game?
past this earlier.
I'm not sure.
We went past this earlier.
Silly and fun.
Yeah, it's just a goofy joke. It's a word pun. It's a pun. Smiles?
Smiles on a stick.
Smiles on a stick.
That's like ice cream.
Yeah.
Start selling ice cream.
When you're feeling as down as the downward dog and need to see a smile to remind yourself that there's happy faces all around you to help pick you up when you're feeling like you're not being supported. Like a building with half as many beams but thrice the number of business people allowed in the enclosed space.
Can you please say something meaningful? Anything. I went leaps and bounds to be here for a transcendent
is just
experience.
a goofy guy.
And you're here making
Allowed
him
him,
a fool of the
allowed
art
him
of
to be
conversation.
goofy.
Overrun metaphors, smiles on a stick, jokes. What value is found in any of this?
I don't know. I guess nothing.
We're just being. We're just here for the sake of being here. We're just having fun. We're just living every day.
No, it's not mocking you. It's laughter. For me, it helps. Sometimes I need it when things are scary.
Yeah.
Scary? You don't mean me, do you?
I guess this whole thing's been a little cold.
I thought that was the temperature of the business world.
Yeah, I have to admit, a little confession. I'm not a business connoisseur. I'm just gooey.
Yeah, you're just
Maybe if you
goo.
treat your interviewees as who they are, inside, they'll feel just as happy and gooey. You know?
I suppose, perhaps, potentially in my weeks of retirement, I may have lost sight of what makes for a good interview. Two comfortable parties, both eager to learn from one another.
Yeah.
And maybe...
Mayhapstive.
I've learned a thing or two from you today. I don't understand what you're saying half of the time, nor the other half, but I think there is a misunderstood genius underneath that gelatinous form.
It really is, yeah.
Oh, shucks. Well, now that's a win-win for the interviewers.
Thank you for coming to speak with me,
yeah.
And an additional thank you to the Inanimate Insanity audience for listening in. Also,
That was really sweet. I really like that. Ooh, test tube. The last couple of videos we have like 16 left, I believe. We have test tube, paintbrush, candle, bud, yin-yang, nickel, and then silver. We're gonna go for test tube.
Hello and good morning, or good night?
Good
Honestly,
evening?
I don't know how to
Good-
tell
good-
the difference
good
here on
day?
Indefinite Island. But yes, my name is AnimationEpic Show, and I'm here to bring you all an exit
That's a
interview with the
pizza.
next eliminated contestant. It's the one, the
The
only...
I am absolutely not doing my first official interview with anyone other than Fan. Scram, Jeebweezer.
Who?
Test
Then who?
tube. Well, Tubert, Fan chose to head off the island, so we'll just have to inject some excitement some other way. And I have just the idea. Hit it, bestie.
That's right.
Got a word from my producer. We're receiving a very important note via chopper.
What's the chopper note? What's in the chopper?
Says here that Fan has given his written approval for you to go on without him, so long as he gets to do a deep dive upon your return home.
All right, I'm good to go.
Alright then.
Alright, first question. So, do you plan on staying here for another chance to return to the game when the chance arises, or will you head back and meet up with Fan?
Golly, wouldn't it be funny if I said I don't know?
Not exactly
that makes
how
sense,
funny,
yeah.
but it helps that you said it in a funny way.
I've attempted to mathematically determine the ideal option, but subjectively, I don't want to give up. Yet, it's been rough when everyone else here's pretty close. And I kinda miss being with my people.
I get that. It's hard to find someone you can really trust, and clearly you didn't with Cabby. Do you think you could have taken a different approach there?
Well, anytime I play out the scenarios in my head, the best I can see myself doing is delaying the blow-up. I mean, it's obvious that Cabby played a very calculated, manipulative game, honestly. Everyone was just a chess piece on our little board.
Yeah,
I dealt with
exactly,
a lot of that last season too, so I really wanted to come in and play with good people who genuinely care about others. And I've learned the difference that can make. From Fan, Lightbulb, I mean, even Paintbrush cared enough to not write my name down.
Love that. So, who would you have preferred to have rejoined over Cabby?
It might sound
Blueberry.
silly, but
Blueberry.
I think Life Ring would have been a great morale boost to have around.
I mean,
A real
yeah, but
go-getter.
Blueberry.
Otherwise, I would have loved to also study Clover's luck abilities just a bit longer if she came back. Imagine harnessing all that cosmic energy for the betterment of object kind.
If anyone can unlock secrets of the universe, I'm sure it's you. Speaking of which, what did Fan whisper to you during his elimination? I gotta know.
Well, being that he and I constructed our replica of Bo, but our creation was totally in the dark about it, Fan whispered to me,
Wait, actually, just one quick thing. You have to tell her. You have to tell her.
Oh!
You have to tell her. I promise, I will. When the time is right. And honestly, I was scared to. I took way too long, which caused really hurt feelings just because I
you're
figured the
right.
truth, it would be painful, but I mean, it was. But it's better to let someone know their truth as soon as possible so they can grow and so you can grow.
Yeah.
Absolutely lesson learned.
Wow, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fall into anything too serious.
No, you're good. It's just, it's a part of my story now, and I think it's an important part.
We can jump into something more fun. I love your stretchy leg robotic enhancements you were able to add. Any other additions you have in mind for when you next reunite?
Gee, sometimes I stay up all night thinking of ways to make life-improving alterations, if they want it. Manual heating and cooling, X-ray vision, maybe a rice cooker or something, I don't know. But what gets me the most excited is the idea of turning those little side triangles into wings. I mean, it'd be really cool if the two of us could go flying one day.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. But for now, Bot's left with Nickel and Balloon. Are you worried about that at all?
Do Nickel and Balloon have a history of untrustworthiness? I mean, sure. Are they the two left from the biggest catastrophe of a team this show's ever seen? Absolutely. And they're
But they still
probably
have
the
a good
reason
heart.
for it.
They have a very
However,
great heart.
Do I think that the cleverest, most kick-butt robot in the world can balance that out and lead the Alliance back to victory? You better believe it.
If they're anything like their creator, I'm sure they'll be the brains of the operation. How about you? Were you born this smart, or did you just read a lot of books?
Well, I often have trouble recalling when I think back, but it's definitely something I've always had a natural inclination towards. And I do enjoy reading, primarily research reports, but nowadays I'm handed some fan fiction as well, and both are equally enriching in my opinion.
Okay.
I doubt it.
What kind of
I'd
fan
love to jump
fiction are we
back to when you
talking
planned your
about?
last vote. What would you have done if Cabby still had the immunity cookie?
Silver. I knew if we targeted him, it'd be a vote that everyone could get behind.
Yeah,
which
you're right.
I believe is essential when first assembling an alliance. I was thinking that could have changed the ending that day, but I guess not if Paintbrush felt at home with their original Thinker team, plus Cabby, so I don't think it would have really made a difference.
It always comes back to her, huh? If you hadn't met Cabby during the competition, do you think you would have been friends? Just a thought.
A good thought. I do think the competition brought out the worst in both of us. She's pretty cold, in a way that I think I once was, so maybe she could change too. That said, I definitely have my doubts. I really don't see her making any friends in this, including myself, honestly, if she continues to see everyone as just a list of bullet points. It's not genuine. In the game or otherwise. And I feel sorry for her, and I wish her luck, really I do, but it's not up to me to take care of her.
But you did seem to like taking care of everyone else, protecting them from her.
Believe me, I didn't expect to have parental instincts, but they sure kicked in hard.
How do you feel that you and Fan aren't around to take care of Bot anymore?
You kidding me? Like, our Bot needs to be cared for. No one has the game more under
They got it.
And I'm excited to see that victory firsthand. Yeah, I guess that answers your earlier question.
Which one?
About whether or not I'll stay here. Because, sure, I want to win. Sure, I want to see Fan, but more than anything, I want to be here to support the most special and unique contestant this game's ever seen.
Yeah.
So, I'm staying.
Woo, that's amazing.
That's good.
Inspiring.
That's really
no better
good.
place to wrap up than here. Thank you, Testu, for the fabulous interview, and good luck going without Sunshine for the foreseeable
I really
future.
like
And an
that.
extra special thank you to the inanimate audience for listening in.
That just makes it like more exciting when we actually get down to Bot to see what happens there. Like if they mention anything that Test Tube talked about in this episode here. Let's go for Paintbrush, okay? And then we have Candle, and then time for Bot.
Gazorbi Antolinini Dorfs. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, what did you just call me?
Gazorbi Antolinini Dorfs. Oh, sorry. Had my cue card upside down. Hello,
Oh.
inanimate audience. My name
did
is
he-
Dan, and I am a first.
Did Dan just put a spill on me? I feel like I'm kind of cursed now. The way that they just said that.
Time exit interviewer, let out of my proverbial and literal training cage and ready to take on the world. And, lucky me, I get to have my first ever experience with the rising star, the quick thinking, the dazzling Paintbrush.
Aw, so sweet.
Thank you, Dan the interviewer, for accompanying me on my grand finale press tour. I'm excited to pour my heart out and give all the hot goss the people have been waiting for.
Amazing. And I have the bold, hard-hitting questions straight from the inanimate audience that I think
How does
will
it
make
feel
this
like
the
dying,
grandest
yeah?
interview ever.
Bring it on.
Firstly, we're dying to know, are you going to stay on the island for another chance at joining the game, or go home with Baxter and Lightbulb?
You want the scoop, interviewer?
Please!
Since you insist, I'm ready to report that I will be retiring from the competition scene.
Wait, what?
For the first time.
Oh, I
For
thought.
the first time? Does that
I thought they
mean
were
you
gonna say
plan
forever.
to unretire?
Shh! The people aren't ready for the double scoop. What they do need to know is that here in this game, I struggled, I persevered, and most importantly, I found a home. But the
Yeah.
home wasn't in the world of backstabs and betrayals and other things Silver did. No, the home was family. Such a
Baxter.
home is far off on another island, so I shall be departing shortly.
Yeah.
This, my most prized viewers, is my final swan song. For now.
For now, so you're done for
scene.
now.
Woo! That's incredible, Paintbrush.
I
But that means that they
practiced.
could get back in
Let's
like
keep
another
going.
season.
More deep truths to come.
Perfect. Paintbrush. How do you like your eggs?
My
Over
my
easy.
eggs?
Over
Um,
easy.
Surely you must mean my exciting adventures with the bright lights last season.
No, like
including,
chicken eggs.
Fans egg. They were a remarkable group that taught me.
No, just eggs.
Oh, I suppose I find it neat to scramble them and get them to be a little pancakey. Not that anyone would find that all too interesting.
I like that.
Next
I like
better
that.
question.
Scrambled
Here
eggs
we
are goated.
Paintbrush. Do you think you could beat Baxter in a staring contest?
Oh no,
No,
you would
he's-
lose.
He's a trained professional.
Yep.
Next question.
How do you feel about Kit Kats? They're my favorite.
Awesome. Do you have anything about the game?
Oh, sure. If you won, what would you do with your prize?
Well, of course.
You don't know?
Being that
Invest?
I'm not exactly sure what the prize is, I guess I'll have to pass.
All good. Nothing wrong with that. Next up, I vote for Yin-Yang to be eliminated.
Of course.
Uh,
Back to nonsense, and good luck, because that's never going to work. I would know.
Because
Because of their
cake
immunity.
or strawberry cake?
Chocolate.
Strawberry.
Can viewers make you angry and cook marshmallows on your head?
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah,
Painty, who was
probably.
taking care of Baxter while you were on vacation?
I wish I knew.
Are you a paintbrush or a torch? Please explain how your bristles turn into flames if you're not a
Both?
torch.
Both?
They've just kinda always done that, as far back as I remember.
How was getting hit by the fist thingy for the first time?
Very ouchy.
How do you keep your cool? The listeners could really
They
use some
don't.
tips.
They don't.
I'm trying to remind myself as we speak. Usually, I'll recognize where the problem is coming from and verbalize it. Like frustrated, belittled, let down. Sometimes I'll try to be fabulously mindful and remind myself that I am here and present and safe while I breathe in and out. And I remind myself over and over, you're here, you're present, you're safe. And eventually, all that's been working me up feels smaller.
Yeah.
So we're talking about meditation, basically?
Have you paid your taxes?
Oh, that's it! What is with all these questions? I thought this was supposed to be the hard-hitting stuff, the setup to
Paying your
my grand
taxes
finale.
is hard-hitting.
Go out like this. It's just, it's disappointment all over again. Let's just call it off.
No more interview?
Paintbrush.
No more?
Why are you so mad and very mean and mad all the time?
They got anger issues all the way. That's it. That's it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess I needed that. I can't believe everything I've done in this game has come down to this. Sorry. When you're wrapping up, you want your story to feel like it's mattered. For it to feel special, I guess. Sorry if that doesn't make any sense.
Of course it does. I want my first interview to feel special too. That's why I put extra time into finding the questions with the highest potential for fun.
And fun they are. Hey, for these last few, I'd be down for a little fun if you're down for a little cheesy and heartfelt.
Ooh, meshing up the two. That's smart. Together, they'll, help make each other shine.
They always do.
Great. So when did your heart stop being in the game? Did it build up over time, or did you realize it at a specific moment?
This is
Now,
a
there's
hard
lovely
one.
Everything was different this season. I was so ready to use what I've learned last time around. Last season, I remember being so ready to play on my own. The team was nice and all, but I thought they were holding me back. When we merged, I upset my friend and didn't realize what I was leaving. Sure, I had my freedom, but I left behind a part of me I didn't realize I had. We were stronger together, and I didn't appreciate it until I was heading through the portal. So when I finally had the Thinkers, it felt like a second chance. One where I could finally appreciate a new team that I was a part of. That is, until it all came crumbling down.
Yeah.
When the Thinkers fell, I knew I didn't have much more in me, because my only home left was back home. You feel?
Yup, and I'm glad you're able to say that. Flipping back to a silly one, out of all this season's contestants, who do you think you could beat in a fight?
Everyone.
Of course! While it would be easy
Beat up
to
spoon,
say someone like
silver
Balloon,
spoon.
I'd rather regale you with the most powerful contestant I can beat in a fight.
Silver spoon.
That being the floor. Sure, he seems like an all-powerful being, but I have taken on his form and now know all of his weaknesses. Watch out, my good friend, for I am unstoppable.
Nah,
scene.
Whoa.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Was there anything you think you could have done differently to prevent your elimination? Would the outcome change if you joined Nickel, Balloon, and Bot's team?
Of course! We'd run the game with an iron fist and flaming bristles! But like I said, I made my decision, and I'm ready to live with it. With the Thinkers, we had some great momentum, and I was ready to ride it to the end. It felt right there. Little did I know it'd all burn up. But if I'm gonna go out, I'm glad it was on my own terms, you know?
Of course. And have you ever thought about dyeing your bristles? And what color?
Probably red.
While I love my current style, I'm down to own the pink look. Reclaim it.
Yeah,
Don't
pink
let
is okay.
Silver hold that one over me anymore.
Woo! And lastly, Paintbrush. What was your favorite team you've been on? Team Epic, the Bright Lights, or the Thinkers?
The Thinkers. Gotta be the
they're all
Thinkers.
great. You can't beat the OG.
Oh, Team Epic?
Nah, the OG fam. That'd be the Bright Lights.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about myself there. The Thinkers are great, but there's a reason I'm going home. Those older Bright Light memories are a little less tainted, and I'm excited to make some more.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today, Paintbrush. I'm honored to start where you end.
And you are nothing less than a rising star, a quick thinker, a dazzling interviewer.
Oh,
Thanks,
that's
Paintbrush.
sweet.
Good luck on your trip back home and the start of your first retirement.
I like to imagine that Paintbrush is definitely the type of guy that would not pay their taxes. And that's the reason why they freaked out when they got the question about it. I don't know what the equivalent of IRS is in the Object Show universe, but they're definitely coming for Paintbrush. Let's go for a candle.
Welcome, dear listeners. My name is Indigo Zircon Rose, and I could not be more eager for today's guest. No one carries a more powerful presence. She is a voice in the wind that I long to capture even the slightest murmur of. In the darkest of times, she offers all a guiding light. Prepare yourself, mortals, for Inanimate Insanity's own Candle!
Thank you for that hyper-aesthetic introduction, Indigo. You truly set the scene in a manner that could not possibly be broken by any manner of interruption.
Thanks.
Is that subtle foreshadowing? Is that subtle foreshadowing of... Oh my god! I think we're just gonna skip it. I feel like that is straight up...
That's awfully specific.
Interrupting!
Anyways, you guys.
And there it is. The return to your carefully crafted atmosphere. Despite the pause, your enthusiasm is already healing the deep wound in my soul.
I'm glad to hear it. So, did you actually feel hurt by this elimination?
I kinda like the...
'Cause if
Is it
so,
Stincy?
Seems like you must have held back emotions when you got voted out. Even Mifon said you were oddly calm.
To be honest, I always had
Stacy,
sensed
I like
my
the
time
profile
was
picture.
drawing
Reminds me of
near.
Pokemon.
In fact, I felt as though I was dodging the thralls of time ever since I avoided the elimination in episode 11. Perhaps I have been running on borrowed time ever since. It was only a matter of time.
Whoa. So in
Time.
that case, do you feel it's worth staying on Indefinite Island for another chance?
Probably,
Yes,
right?
I will be staying on Indefinite Island. I still feel that I have a purpose here in the game.
Fantastic. I'm sure there's still lots you can do here on the island while you wait, like your aura stand. How do you read auras?
It's definitely an art. To put it as simply as I can, I use my third eye chakra to see into the depths of an individual's soul. An aura is emitted during this process, and the rest flows out naturally. In a sense, it's communicating with someone as they bare their soul.
Oh, speaking of which,
interesting.
you've had so many great connections out in the game. Do you think you would have made it any farther if Silver Spoon was a contestant? Or do you think he was helpful in how far you got?
Who can say? The strings of fate are ever unwinding and intertwining in new ways. I guess it would have just depended upon what type of game I wished to play. I will say this. There was a time I was sure he'd move on like everyone else. But had not. It was fascinating.
Absolutely. And I just want to say you played a great game. But what is your biggest regret?
Thank you so much. That really means the world. I suppose it may be how I dealt with Yin-Yang when moving away from the Thinkers. Or rather, lack thereof. Meeting Yin and Yang was definitely a highlight of my journey, and I'm so proud of their personal growth. On a separate thought, I wish I would have started to play for myself a little sooner. I was so enthralled with aiding in my teammates' victories and personal growth that I may have forgotten about myself for too long. I've learned
that makes
that
sense.
it's okay to take time to take care of oneself as well. Healthy body, happy mind, healthy aura, happy life.
This question came from a viewer in the middle of an emergency, which is why I saved it until now. Let's just see here. Candle? I forgot how to breathe.
Oh my, quick, call Dr. Fizz.
Great idea. I'll message this listener with your advice long after this interview.
Praise the Earth Mother.
Next question. Candle, do you think Silver has any chance of winning the game?
Yes, indeed. He'll have a 1 in 6 chance. Who'd have thought?
Not me. It's a steep competition. Did you ever feel threatened by anyone in the game, both strategy-wise and challenge-wise?
Oh,
Cabby.
absolutely.
Cabby.
Nickel and Balloon's baneful friendship made for a formidable alliance, even if Balloon may have been wearing some rose-tinted glasses. I'd also say Clover, as her lucky abilities defy the laws of fate and nature altogether.
Yeah.
How is one truly to compete with that? She is sweet, though.
Very sweet indeed. What is your favorite thing to do in your free time?
This may surprise you, but I do enjoy playing tabletop RPGs.
Dungeons
I
and
love creating
Dragons?
stories with my friends.
Oh yeah,
My
that would
favorite
make
class
sense.
Is Warlock.
Yeah.
With you and your magical abilities, why is it that when you swap bodies with Silver, he couldn't fly when you put out your flame?
Oh, Indigo, one cannot
Because
learn
they-
to fly by pouring water onto oneself.
They couldn't get in touch with their inner
Will
flame.
You teach me how to fly?
Step 1. Remove water out of the equation.
But as human beings, we are comprised out of 80% water. So if I do that, I'm just gonna collapse on the floor like that one Peter Griffin Family Guy image. I'm just gonna straight up die if I remove all water from my body.
Any insight in general to how your inner flame works?
Well, works implies a sense of ability, as though I'm tapping into some whimsical superpower.
Which you
However,
are.
While the inner flame shares my soul, it carries a mind of its own. That's why, once someone connects to it, they best be wary, lest it consume you. But we're on pretty nice terms, so we're fine.
Oh, wow.
And when it comes to Silver, that was not
Quite
good.
sure if the flying is quite worth a hassle. Nextly, why is it that you decided to split up Balloon and Nickel? They were fun.
You mean at the Glacier Challenge? While Silver and I had established ourselves as key players of the Loony Balloony Alliance, as the two who ensured their survival against the Thinkers, the next step was to ensure that we weren't the lowest on the pecking order. Therefore, poking at the inherently unstable relationship between Balloon and Nickel was our surest bet disrupting their trio with Bot. However, witnessing the aftermath, even I was surprised at how quick their bond was to snap. I sense that if they cannot work this out soon, it will be their downfall.
Ooh.
Which were kind of right, yeah, that was right.
Following all the craziness in that last vote, do you respect Balloon's decision for voting for you?
Yes and no. Yes, because he made a
was a
strategic
valuable
choice.
backstep.
Can't hold
It
it
was a good
against him if you're
backstep.
participating in a game like Inanimate Insanity. And no, because part of me feels like he may have been swayed into it by a certain someone who was just as strategic.
You made plenty of bold strategic decisions as well. How do you feel about the whole villain arc you went through? Did it feel good?
Goodness, me, a villain? Was
I mean,
it
there weren't really a
that
villain.
Bad of me to
Nah,
want to try to focus on my own needs for
Nah,
once?
that-
My teammates had all started to find their own paths, and I felt like I was soon to be left behind. Such is the nature of the game. If being there for myself when I felt lost makes me a villain, then I guess it was an arc for me.
I hear you. Speaking of villains, to wrap this up, I'd love to know how it feels to have left Silverspoon behind. He was very sad to see you were eliminated. Not sure if he's the same.
Was he now? Interesting. Perhaps we will need to reconnect regarding that.
Wonderfully vague as always. Thank you, Candle. Best of luck whenever the rejoin challenge comes along. And to our inanimate audience, a very special thank you for all of your questions. Curiosity is a powerful thing. Be sure to subscribe to catch the next opportunity to have your question read. This has been Indigo Zircon Rose with IPR, signing off.
But don't we have also one with Silver Spoon? Oh yeah, maybe Silver Spoon is gonna like shed some more light on it. It's finally time for Bud. I want to see how many views does this have. 200? It makes sense. It makes sense. It almost has like 300k.
Welcome everyone
Bud!
to the newest installment of
Bud!
Exit Interviews, where we chat with recently eliminated contestants of Inanimate Insanity Invitational. My name's Chelsea, and
My name's
we're here with
Jeff.
someone who not only crushed the game, but also did so while defying all odds to be themselves. Introducing
Bud!
the one and only.
Hey! Hi, everyone!
Hi, Bud.
So excited to be here and tell you about all things Bud.
Wagaloo?
From the B to the T. And in between, we'll amaze ya.
And now, on to the questions. First of all, we're all so proud of you and how far you went in the competition. How did you feel when you got eliminated? Do you wish you could have stayed longer?
Well, who doesn't, right? I was pretty bummed I couldn't win. I tried to take it in stride, but that doesn't make losing to a magical flying orb any easier. But like, there's also something peaceful about
They just
being
went
with
through their
everyone here on
character arc
Indefinite.
and then they were
We're all
voted
the
out.
same. There's only one winner, but there's so many of us. After feeling alone in my head for a bit, I think this is what's healthy for me. To be around people who understand me.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Moving on. Are you upset with Balloon and Nickel not switching the vote?
Ugh. Balloon and Nickel could not get it together. I really liked my time with them on the Looney Balloonies. Everything was so fun and goofy. Hence the name. But I guess they still have some issues to work out, and it just sucks getting caught in the middle of that. So yeah, I am upset with them.
That totally makes sense. Does that mean you're not going to be rooting for them?
Probably not. I like them and all, and I'll always appreciate the time we had together. And Silver's alright. We work together, and he's fun to mess with. But honestly, even if it took a little while, it's Cabby who I connected with the most out there. I feel bad for misjudging her for so long.
It makes
We didn't get
sense.
off on the right foot. And because I was so connected to Test Tube, it was easy to paint her as a villain. But she's so selfless and gives so much time to understand others. It's kinda hard not to root for her.
Oh, great pick. And what about life
understand that.
here on Indefinite Island? Has it matched your expectations?
Cabby would tell us how grim it is here, so yeah, more or less. And I really do wish Paintbrush ended up staying. It's sad not having such an icon around. But Goo and I have been working overtime trying to spark back up the Cheer Factory!
Yeah!
We've been doing all we can to keep up everyone's spirits in these trying times. Crafting activities, karaoke nights, puppet shows, but with coconuts. Goo pitched this great idea. What were they called again?
Smiles on
A stick! Yeah.
trademark incoming! Now we can finally make up a real factory and rob Blueberry of his frown and make everyone sing with fun!
Woo! We've also had a blast getting everyone involved in games with N/A. My favorite's one where we try and figure out the correct order of words in a sentence that N/A replicates out of order.
Oh, that's so cool. So can N/A actually say stuff on their own, or do they just repeat after you?
N/A, come over here.
N/A.
They can't come up with words completely on their own, but they can sort of save anything they've heard and repeat it exactly, or rearrange the words.
Stick up, everyone! No smiles! Rob Berry incoming!
For the audio listeners, as convincing as that is,
That
that
was
was N/A.
Okay.
Super impressive. And
So as long
you
as they
seem
have
to
words
like
to go
N/A
by.
so much that you risk the challenge to keep them.
Of course! I wasn't gonna let them die.
Yeah.
Even though it seems that their kind enjoys it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wanted to help them not just have to say the things that they're told to say. That's not living. They're their own person. And now they're rocking
It's
it.
because they're
and
relatable.
See what's on their mind. It feels free. This way! Thank you.
For the audio listeners, that last sentence was N/A.
I feel like bot
Speaking of all
bot
these games
basically
you do,
relates
are you
to
actually an
N/A.
international pro gamer?
Nah, I've never had the chance to play a video game before. That was honestly just what I was telling Cabby when I started feeling sorta insecure about myself. She'd been writing in a bow file, and based on what we've been through, I didn't have a lot of faith that she'd get me, which, of course, doesn't make lying to her right. But that's what I did. And I'm sorry, now knowing what I know about her files. But I do have an arts and crafts project in mind to try and make it up to her. And then maybe after that, I can become a pro gamer in the real.
Oh, let's go! I'll be rooting for you. And what about cartoons? If you have to pick a favorite, what would it be?
Cartoons! Wow, I haven't seen any, but I'd love to get into some action-y ones. All Bo would watch are those boring adult cartoons where they make insensitive jokes and say naughty words.
Oh, like Rick and Morty.
That's a punchline.
South Park.
I guess I could ask Test2 to program some into me overnight, so I can watch them in my head on the Rejoin Challenge boat trip tomorrow. I just need an overnight shutdown. So, as long as I'm off for the full night, and there are absolutely no interruptions that'd make me turn back on in the middle of the night, I'll be good to go, and not tired at all.
Oh, very specific. Speaking of Bo, would you ever want to meet her? Do you think the two of you will become friends?
Well, as interesting as that sounds, it's something I feel pretty conflicted about. But luckily for me, I don't need to decide that, being that she moved on and all. Not to sound disrespectful.
No, I totally get it. We can flip this to some positives. How does it feel being MePhone's favorite contestant?
Oh, wow. You think I am? Well, if it's true, it's an honor. Especially since, back in the day, he'd be a little grumpy with me. I'm glad we're able to turn that around, because I think he's really cool. Go-ho, RoboPals!
Woo! The listeners would also love if you could tell us about your monster stories, like you've mentioned before.
Oh gosh, where do I start? For a while, I've been focused on a lot of stories about creepy crawlies of the night, beings beyond our comprehension. But as of late, I've been more interested in digital horror. Having your sense of self challenged in a world where you're only everything you feel confident telling the world you are. And even then, is that enough? You can maybe guess where my inspiration for that comes from. And when I'm done writing, Goo's looking into making the movie adaptation.
Oh, nice.
He's pretty determined to prove himself after the animation challenge. I think it'll be great.
Terrifying. But that does remind me, are you scared at all about introducing yourself to Fan? I'm sure he would be proud.
I guess so, yeah. I'm sure these things will get easier and easier. Sometimes I just wish these things didn't need to be such a big deal, that I didn't need to make a moment out of it. But they did this to me. I mean, sorry, I don't mean, that was N/A.
For the audio listeners, that was not N/A.
Ugh. I honestly do feel weird sometimes about how I was made. What test tube and Fan were thinking would come out of it. They wanted me to be someone else, but I'm my own person. So as long as they don't make it an uphill climb for me to prove that, then we can be on even footing. And despite the weird, questionable decisions that brought me here, I can continue to take this life that they've given me and make it my own. Even if all of that messes with my head sometimes, I'll always appreciate that I'm here.
That's a nice way to look at it. Was coming back here to Test Tube that nerve-wracking?
Well, yeah, of course. Test Tube knew about my voice change, even helped with it. But some of these newer changes are just so... me. And if there was any of it that she didn't like, I felt like that would destroy me. But after I was thrust into the moment, the fears were over so quickly that it didn't even feel real. She held me tight, told me how much she cared no matter what. And the world kept spinning. And I'm really grateful that the person I care about was able to give me that. I imagine not everyone can be as lucky as I am. And I'm here for anyone who isn't as lucky.
That's super
Best wishes to you all.
That's so inspiring to hear, Bot. I don't think that there'll be a better place to wrap up, but there. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us, and to our Inanimate audience for all of your amazing questions.
I feel like this was a little bit underwhelming. Because when I watched the show, what I remember happened was that Bot, they went through their entire character arc. Like, Bot was defining their own personality and choosing who they wanted to be. And as soon as they were happy with their personality, with their body, with how everything was going, they were just voted out. I know that there's like a couple of questions that they actually pushed aside, but I wanted to hear more about, you know, them defining themselves. Bo defining Bot, or like, you know, Bot defining themselves. Going through that transition, going through that arc, how it felt being voted out when they finally defined themselves. That was really what I wanted to go for, but sadly we didn't hear anything in that episode. It's fine, I know these are like viewer submitted questions, or maybe they didn't. Maybe AnimationEpic didn't want to go that way, which makes total sense. I'm not a huge fan of Yin-Yang, but we're gonna go for Yin-Yang. I'm not really super happy with them.
Good morning, Inanimate Nation. My name is Fusion Animations with a special round of exit interviews. As always, we are getting the scoop on all of the behind-the-scenes secrets from the latest eliminated Inanimate Insanity contestant. Except this time, that contestant is two contestants. But also one, I think. Goo's right. Some clarity would be helpful.
For a while, I thought being seen as my own object would be nice. But over time, I got used to be seen as Yin-Yang. I couldn't agree more. He's Yin-Yang and I'm Yang. That's not what I mean, and you know it.
It wouldn't be a chat with these guys if I wasn't more confused than when I started. Everyone get excited for Yin-Yang.
Like, my problem with Yin-Yang, I'm not a fan of their voice, and I'm not a fan of the split personality. That's like the thing that I don't really like about them. I feel like them being in like constant battles between themselves, finding Sen, finding, you know, themselves, and then going apart, you know, it's the back and forth, it's a tennis match all over, and I'm just not really a huge fan of this persona, this kind of character here in the show. So I will still watch it, but I'm just not a huge fan of Yin-Yang. All the other characters, they do have their ups and downs, but I feel like Yin-Yang is the one that I just never got to like in any way.
Thank you, everyone. We can always count on you to save our life. Just like Lifering, who has quite the helpful and/or fun thingamajig. Take it away!
And take it away!
That's crazy.
I sure did love that helpful and/or fun thingamajig. Now to the
question. That was a fun thingamajig,
Firstly,
yeah.
I want to say that you played a great game. It was an all-star performance. Now that you're here, are you regretting giving Cabby the immunity milk?
Of course not. We went out with exploding worm milk, my favorite. And Cabby was the only one left who didn't trick us like stupid Barry or betray us like stupid Balloon.
They don't like Barry.
Stupid Silver.
They don't like Blueberry.
Stupid like stupid Nickel. You really didn't have anything for that last one, huh? Stupid is worse than anything.
Well, here's the thing. Watching you grow from your first appearance in Season 2 all the way to your most recent exit was a joy to watch. Did you two expect to embark on such a huge journey of learning to understand one another?
I'll say, I'm quite proud of me. For once, you deserve to be. Maybe I liked it more when you didn't agree with me. It was funny. It was a long journey. But by the end, I feel like we have really learned to respect each other for the unique things we each add to our pair. It's great having someone like Yang who fights for what's important. And I know deep down Yang thinks I'm helpful in some way too, and refuses to admit it. No, I refuse to refuse anything! Sure.
How are you two doing with Kendall on Indefinite Island? Have you guys gotten the chance to sit down and actually talk about everything you've been through yet?
Why would I want that? Next question!
Sure thing! This one's to you, Yang. During the 14th challenge, you mentioned that you've been wanting to express some feelings towards Kendall. What was that all about?
Well, by next question, I meant next person I punch are this you! Yang! Sorry about him. Like I said, he fights against what he thinks is wrong. And right now, that is Kendall. We haven't had a real talk with her yet. And I don't think Yang is ready yet. He's not good at this kind of stuff. I'm good at everything! Water boy!
Oh, right.
Yes,
With your arguments over Dr. Fizz versus water, what do you do to stop them? Does one of you just drink the Dr. Fizz while the other drinks water?
One thing we learned recently is to compromise. So, we do a little of both now. It is really hard for me to deal with the taste of water. Ugh. Poor me. What? It doesn't even have a taste! And soda is so spicy! Skill issue.
How does it feel to
Skill
have
issue.
won the immunity vote every time you were up for elimination until the 12th round of voting?
Yeah,
I don't know
Jesus
what we did
Christ.
to deserve it, but we really appreciate it. I love you viewers so much. If I say that enough times, do I get more votes? Of course, Yang. You're so full of love.
It would probably help if you were still in the game. If
Yeah.
you made it to the finals, who do you think you would have had a better chance of winning against in the jury?
You know what this called for, right, Yen? Top 5 list! Let's go! Starting with the hardest person to beat at the end. Number 5! Nickel, the biggest threat. He knows how to call us names like Pudding Boy, and that would be humiliating.
Pudding boy, yeah.
Number 4, Cabby. She's so sweet. She gave us her Inanimate. I'm sure the whole jury probably sees her as being so nice. Number 3, Balloon. He acts like a yin, but with a higher, squeaker voice. We could beat him, just
Without the
like
yang,
everyone
yeah.
else. But he'd be a little squeakier when talking to the jury. How annoying. Number 2, Blueberry. He just thinks he's so smart. Gross.
He is though.
Number 1, Stupid Evil Spoon Loser. Spoons aren't for betraying you, they are for Dr. Fist cereal. The jury knows it's a joke, so I would destroy him at the end easily. Yang's still not over Silver's betraying him in the cereal box challenge.
Yeah, that makes
Quit
sense.
acting like I'm sensitive!
Well, how about when Yang was out for the day and left you alone, Yin? I'm sorry you lost your inanimate, Sprinkles. Would you like to see her again, if you had the chance?
I do wish that I was able to apologize to her again. But inanimates are fragile and don't always last long, so my hopes are low that I'll see her again. If I was more like Yang and pushed some ground rules for me and her from the start, I think things would have gone way differently. Yeah, and you wouldn't have lost Riggedy Rex too! Do you know how hard it was for me to keep a whole half of him unburned for hours? My 2 babies, I'm sorry! Well, if it makes you feel better, your bye-bye count is way lower than mine. 2 is nothing.
Well, I don't mean to be that guy, but didn't Yin also eat dough?
Oh,
Yeah.
now 3 is quite something. High five, little killer. My hands are poison.
Oh, okay. Let's relax. Maybe with something you two can agree on. Is there a particular singer you both enjoy?
The Lemons?
Hatsune Miku. No
Hatsune
one is more
Mi-
gracious or more powerful.
So now I'm conflicted. Because they're still annoying. But they like Hatsune Miku. On a scale of like 1 to 10. Yin-Yang used to be a 2. But now they're a 5. They're a 5.
Miku.
They're
no
5.
One is
They're
more gracious
they're 5 for
or
me
more
now.
Powerful. Yin and me did some big bonding over her music. Care about her, or else.
I'll be sure to. What about on the show? Which contestant do you feel you cared about the most? And are you rooting for them to win?
Well, I guess the person we were the most close with was. Don't say it!
Candle?
Was someone who isn't still in the game. But of course, we're still rooting for another one of our closest allies, Cabby. She was so good to us.
And how'd you feel when saving her meant that Blueberry tricked you?
I didn't feel a thing, and I hate you. And don't you say a word, Yin. I felt a little silly about it. That was so many words. Don't give up our secrets. Well, it's true. Like Yang, I don't regret giving the immunity milk to Cabby. And I love how we came together to make it happen. But that doesn't mean I'm not upset to have lost the game. It's over. Why bother remembering things that are done? You dumb. The D word? That's it.
Oh, you don't say. Yang, why are you scared of merry-go-rounds?
Who told you?
Uh-oh.
That's double it.
Yes.
Another question
Gossip.
for Yang. How does it feel when Yin is a big bully to you and always blames you, King Handsome Yang, for everything? Does it hurt a lot?
Great question, interviewer. Because I don't feel nothing at all ever. But if I did, I wouldn't like this utter evilness. Well, I'm just doing what you taught me. Isn't this what balance looks like, little killer?
I mean, they are unbalanced. Yin and Yang is the definition of
Okay,
unbalanced.
You got me there. Maybe I overreacted. Maybe you just have... you know... yes, fine. Sometimes I have feelings. Like when I wanted to talk to Kendall and tell her that it hurts to be close with someone who didn't feel bad about leaving us behind. Not like you, Yin. And that's why it's nice to have you around. You are a little gooder at talking about feelings
little gooder.
than I am. Aw, Yang. I'm so glad that I'm helpful too. We're quite the pair. Unstoppable!
Aw, I love hearing this. Reminds me of another question we received. If you had the chance to live your lives separately, would you? Or would you still decide to stay as Yin-Yang?
This guy clearly hasn't been listening for the past 20,000 minutes! We're not going to waste our time on this. Thank you, interviewer. But we feel like we have covered everything we need to. Yang, do you think we should get ready for a chat with Kendall? Sounds nice! Bye, losers! Winners!
Why you two? Or one? Or neither? And good luck on your journey! That'll be a close on this installment of Exit Interviews.
I mean, the fact that they like Hatsune Miku made me like them a little bit more. But again, I'm not really a huge fan of their character. We have Nickel, and then it's time for Silver Spoon. Let's go straight for Nickel and see what happens here.
Well, hello, Inanimate Nation. It is I, your friendly neighborhood Inanimate Insanity guy, Gordon Holmes here with your exit interview for Inanimate Insanity Invitational, episode 17. We're going to be talking with our final juror from the penultimate episode in just a minute. But before we get into that, the comment section is open as always. Be nice to each other, be nice to the contestants, and be nice to me. I'm sensitive. With that being said, Nickel, welcome to the show. And I gotta say, I'm so sorry. Your loss, it's entirely on me. You were my winner pick from day one, and I just never had a lucky streak with that.
Hey, all good. Luck can be the worst. Believe me, I've learned that the hard way. Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's get into it, Nickel. How does it feel to be eliminated from Inanimate Insanity for the third time?
I don't like to see it as being eliminated 3 times. Instead,
It's like
I like
3
to not
separate times.
Close my eyes and picture a better question.
Hey, you got it, champ. You know, we've seen you get over so many hurdles over your 3 seasons. If you could go back in time and change just one thing from your time on the show, what would it be?
I'm sure there are a lot of things people are expecting me to say I regret, and I do, but you're probably going to ask me about them later anyway, so I'm gonna go with that time we, grated Cheesy alive to make a pizza.
Oh, ow.
Seemed like a great idea. Pun intended, of course. But in hindsight, yeah, it was pretty messed up.
Yeah, it really was.
It was a different time, Gordon.
Oh, yeah, I remember the days where Balloon had a Justin Bieber sensor on his face. You know, different times indeed. Oh,
Justin
speaking
Bieber
of
sensor.
Balloon, how does it feel to have gone so far with him? We're talking about the contestant you had a world-renowned rivalry with, and now he's what, your closest friend in your most successful season? How does that happen?
It honestly feels like such a weight lifted off, which is funny because he's weightless and always lifting off. Look, no one's more surprised than me. At the start of the season, when Balloon proposed working together, I was like, sure, whatever, good for this vote and play it safe. But I wanted to keep my distance. Too much history, you know? But then I realized I was the one writing that history. And it was on me to own up to how I treated him, to fix it. As my favorite poet once said, it was a long trek, but it was worth it.
Oh, he's my favorite too. I would absolutely buy a Balloon poetry book. Get him on that if you get a chance. But that does remind me, there was a third person in your Little Sinkers Alliance early on. I do want to say my heart is with Box. Just thinking about that 5th challenge puts knots in
we
my
actually gotta
stomach.
figure out if
do you
they're
have
okay.
any updates on his recovery at the hospital?
I think it's safe to say that what happened to Box was really hard on all of us. I've gone into that waiting room a bunch of times now, but every time they ask me who I'm there to see, I just can't bear to say his name. Because that would make him being there real. I honestly don't think I'm ready to talk about it any more than that. And you know what? I shouldn't have to. It's such an exploitative question. How dare you ask me this? Do better, Gordon Holmes. Do better.
Hey, I'm really sorry, Nickel. I'm not trying to start anything, but I get it. The feelings are raw, real raw. So let's get away from I and all the craziness for a second. How do you feel about an alternate version of yourself existing in a competition show?
Is this some sort of comment on my personal growth?
Yeah,
If so,
PFDI, right?
Appreciate the sentiment. Confused by the wording?
Okay, well, maybe we should just stick to the game. When Clover gave you her magical luck powers, I was surprised by how much you hated it. If it were me, I'd be running around carefree in the streets, living out all my wrestling fantasies, but now that the luck is gone, do you regret not using it for some better cause?
Well, I saw the whole luck thing as this unstoppable advantage that I didn't earn, which made the entire game almost feel pointless.
Yeah.
Like, if I was going to win, I wanted to deserve it. But beyond
That makes sense. That
having
totally
a
makes
mysterious
sense.
cosmic force controlling everything I said or did, that made my life feel pointless.
Hmm.
Terrifying. And let's not forget, a bunch of us ended up dying just because she wanted an award.
Yeah.
Clover was right, though. All I could see was the harm it could do to me, not the help it could have given others. Plus, I probably should have gotten a lottery ticket. Or two.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
if she's looking to give anyone some magic powers, hit me up. We can go 50-50 on a ticket. Open offer, but I think that's a great question. I hope you two are good now after everything. Is there any chance you'll be visiting her for future therapy sessions?
Just because I was lying on a couch and opening up about all my insecurities doesn't mean I'd call it a therapy session. I mean, I'm on a couch right now. Does that make this therapy too? Does it? Does it?
Not really.
4:15 next Thursday.
Honestly, I think it'll do you some good. I'm sure anyone going through a game like this will have a bunch of regrets to work through. I mean, do you have a biggest regret, like, getting banned from the picnics table, or the self-defeating way you used Clover's luck, or even, the terrifying, violent box incident?
Ooh, all right. All top shelf regrets, honestly. Thanks for reminding me of everything I did wrong, Gordon. Let me ask you, are you perfect? Up. Didn't answer me fast enough. He can dish it, but he can't take it. Okay, anyway, I touched on most of these already, but getting banned from the picnics table was pretty terrible. It was an eternal all-you-can-eat buffet, and I lost out on it because I was, trying to prove a point. Not one of my better ideas. At least Test Tube got that ban lifted for me. Meatbone
that was
seems
great,
to have
actually.
forgotten banning me by now, too. Wait, he doesn't watch these, does he? I take it back. Biggest regret was answering this question.
I think we can distract him with our fan favorite recurring segment here on Inanimate Radio. We do a word association here to get to know your teammates a little bit better. I'll give you someone's
This is the
name,
first
give me
time.
word, a couple words that pop into your head. And if my research is correct, and occasionally it is, you've played with just about everyone. So this might take a moment. So let's start off with Balloon.
Next.
Funny.
Fair enough. How about Candle?
Purple.
Self-centered.
Now, there's no wrong answers, but I also need you to give me something here. Anything? Yin-Yang.
Annoying.
Okay. Kinda really funny.
Life Ring?
Loud.
How about
Loud.
Box?
Bro for life.
Nothing.
OJ?
Cool house.
Tasty.
Cabby.
Cheated.
Blueberry?
Privacy.
Cheated part 2.
Goated.
Test Tube.
Kinda
Smart.
less crazy than you'd think.
Tea Kettle.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Weird.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Fan?
Didn't really play with him.
Fan.
He likes eggs.
Paintbrush.
Team Epic
Angry.
Legend. Woo!
Silver Spoon?
Super
Pretentious.
impressive ego.
Pretentious.
Just enormous.
Bot.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Sorry
Beautiful.
about the boot.
Clover?
Pretty
Lucky.
chill, actually.
Lucky.
Goo.
My guy. My boy. My fella.
Hey, you finally said it.
It's the first thing that came to my mind, okay?
Ha, gotcha.
Hooray.
Totally gotcha. Oh, man. Awesome. Now, to round things out, I'm really curious about two contestants you didn't play with this season. Do you remember your pals, Baseball and Suitcase?
No, Gordon.
Suitcase,
Why would I remember my closest allies
Baseball,
from last
yeah.
season?
Well, hey, exactly. But now you made a new friend in Balloon. Last time you saw them, you and Balloon were bitterly feuding. All this juicy drama. So I'm just wondering how you think they'll react when they learn that you two went from rivals to an unstoppable power duo.
When we go back
dang,
to season 2
that's
again,
good
yeah.
Stuff. I didn't even think of that. The look on their faces if we just walk in with those nerdy best friend t-shirts? Yeah, it's weird. As much fun as I've had this season, I do really miss my buddy Baseball. We did everything together. Kinda crazy that I'm being grouped in with someone else now.
Right. Even that freaky machine-generated episode from the last challenge declared that your personality is Balloon's right-hand coin. Basically a spare change.
Hey, let's be clear. It goes both ways, Gordon Holmes. And then there's Suitcase. Yeah, not the most comfortable situation, but if I've learned anything from my time with Balloon, maybe actually talking about it and owning up to my mistakes.
Yeah, it's gonna make it better.
Smooth things over.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, I don't know. Not always the luckiest with this stuff, but that's fine. Being a good friend is a lot of work. So if not, oh well. 2 real close friends is probably enough.
Well, Nickel, if I may, I think after this interview you can for sure bump that number up to 3.
Gordon Holmes? Friendship?
Oh!
Say it ain't so.
I do say it is so, Nickel. I've seen your work around the picnics table after the band, and I would love to grab a snack after this.
Sounds awesome. Let's do it.
Oh, real quick, let me sign off. That'll be it for this installment of Exit Interviews. Thank you so much for speaking with me today, Nickel. It was a real privilege to talk to a 3-time legend. Just, not to brag, but I have a coin collection back home in your honor.
Yeah.
Sounds terrifying.
And of course, a huge thanks to our inanimate audience.
I mean, a coin collection back home in their name, or what he said, basically means that he has live objects in his basement. Did he just say that?
Talk to a 3-time legend. Just, not to brag, but I have a coin collection back home in your honor.
So that means that you have live objects back home in Nickel's honor. That is actually kind of crazy. But yeah, it actually does make sense what happens when we go back to Season 2 again. I don't remember if both Nickel and Balloon is still in Season 2. It's been a while since we saw it. But when we go back to the remaining episodes, which happens after the split, after Season 3, if they're just gonna walk in, friendship t-shirts, hands in hands, and they're just gonna be like buddies and nothing's gonna be wrong. That's gonna be really interesting to check out. But we have the final one here, which is Silver Spoon. And I know Silver Spoon is gonna be annoying, but I kinda do wanna know if they figure out how to control their third eye, their magic ability. So we're gonna check that out right now.
Hello everyone, my name is Anthony, or Anko6, with Inanimate Public Radio, and we are here to bring you Exit Interviews Post-Season Edition. Inanimate Insanity Invitational has crowned its winner, but we still have 3 amazing finalists to get the inside scoop from. Today, I am honored to bestow upon you all the first of this trio.
Wait, that
a
means
regal
we're
contestant who's as rich
we're
in wealth
missing
as
one.
he is in
Wait,
entertainment.
we're missing
he came
some
home with
then.
bronze, but sure knew how to turn silver into gold. Get excited for your royal advisor, Silver Spoon!
Way!
So delightful.
Doesn't that mean that we're missing some?
Thank you for the dazzling introduction. It warms me so. You all at IPR aren't regularly this complimentary, correct?
Depends. Have you listened to any of our prior segments?
Oh, I absolutely would. I'm sure they're very quaint. But I tend not to listen to public radio. Far too general audience for my liking.
Yeah, he's
I
pretentious.
order my radio waves custom made.
Then in that case, I can safely say no, we would never say anything nice to any of our guests, other than you.
Oh, okay,
Never
cool.
spared.
Nice.
This program may be worth my time after all, which is great news for you. I charge a small fee of 1 karat gold per annoyance, but at this rate you may go without any charge at all.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I'm so...
That's lucky. That's
grateful.
There's a little hesitation.
Carat.
Let's dive right in with
Anyways.
the first viewer question. They said, "To my dearest Silver, you should have won. You were the most perfect contestant and the most glamorous. What was stopping you from the big win?"
My, it's odd. There's a part of me that is aware I simply played the strongest game. I am the single finalist who played strategy forward and with the jury in mind. So much so that I had them eating out of the palm of my hand. The only thing that held back my winner equity was falling victim to my envy and making a fool of myself by fighting against Candle.
Which was a bad
If I
idea.
changed that one moment, my victory would be secured. However, it's not what I needed. I learned a valuable lesson that day, and now I am a fuller person living a perfect happy ending that the masses can aspire towards.
Oh, it's really nice to hear you're looking at the bright side. So, what's next for you? This next fan would like to know if you'll continue to practice controlling the inner flame with Candle.
That's what I want to know.
Oh, well, maybe. Never say never. On to the next one.
Okay.
So you don't want to talk about
this
Candle?
next viewer writes, "Hey Silver, huge fan of yours. I was wondering now that the competition is over, do you have any hobbies that you're spending your free time on?"
Ah, huge fan. Well, I have a delightful new project in the works. Interior design.
They would
Sure,
be perfect
Cabby's
for that,
library
yeah.
is nice and all, but I think with just a few tweaks here and there, we can make it exquisite. Less blue, more curtains. At the moment, I'm putting together some aesthetic boards to map it all out. After that's all together, I just need to wait for Cabby to leave for the night, make sure the coast is clear, and then my helpers and I can get it all assembled.
Wow,
Just
even
during
out of
the
the game,
night?
you always have some plan in mind. On that note, this questioner writes, "Hello Silver, you did such a phenomenal job in the game. I loved all your crazy schemes to win. Do you have a favorite?"
Oh, kind words. Oh, there's just too many to choose from. The hot air balloon escape, turning against the thinkers, working to activate Candle's inner flame from the inside, and many more showstoppers. But for brevity, a dazzling top 3 will do. I'd say commanding the Looney Balloonies to turn on the thinkers, using the immunity cookie to trick Walkie-Talkie into putting her guard down, so I wouldn't have to use my inner flame and lose
Spoon
myself.
was really a backstabber.
Again. But my number 1, the most Oscar-worthy performance, would certainly be using my acquired knowledge of the viewer votes to get the thinkers to vote for Yin-Yang and have their votes negated, so I could swoop in and put my vote on OJ, eliminating him and launching my reign. Now all
That was smart. That was
know my
really, really
greatness.
smart.
Nice. Here's another viewer question. Silver, how does it feel to be the worst contestant of the season?
Damn!
Come again?
Oh, they said...
No, I heard you. I've come to learn that all
They weren't
are
the worst.
entitled
They
to
were-
their opinions.
They were very
I
egotistical,
don't always feel
but
the
not
same
worst.
way as this viewer, so I'll have to pass on this question. On to the next.
Sure thing. Next we have... I love you and Blueberry. Are you two still communicating after the season 3 finale?
Oh.
Blueberry, yes, he was one of my 2 lovely voters in the finale. He always goes on about his gains, and I find him to be a great footrest, and... Did I hear you right? They said worst contestant of the season? Did they say if they watched the whole season, or just select installments that I wasn't in?
They didn't say.
Right, of course. Why would they? I probably answered the question. What's next?
To Silver, what was the inspiration behind your challenge idea in episode 17?
My first pitch, with Life Ring and the Shark and Candle. Well, when I was still figuring out the inner flame, I was eager to launch into action and whatnot. Who doesn't enjoy a tale of bitter rivalry, triumphant battles, and acknowledgement? If you would like more of my exciting writings, I'll put them up for commission.
You think people are going to want more from the writer of The Artistic Kick?
Well, in case there was any confusion, I would clarify that I was the lead writer.
In
That
this case,
episode
taking
was
more
like 2
credit makes it
seconds
look
long.
worse.
It was a cool one,
2
but it was 2
carrots.
seconds.
I know. Here we have a question. Hi, Silver. How did you get that 6 super form? I love it.
Between challenges, I would often need some alone time when I could no longer deal with my co-stars anymore with their annoyances. So in seclusion, I would meditate and focus on my goals in the game and otherwise. At first, I wasn't aiming to tap into my inner flame, but the more I thought about certain connections, the more I felt it. I chased a feeling welling up, like strings tying me to those whom I felt anything towards, good or bad, but especially the good. And eventually, a glow. Pretty impressive, right? I hardly tried.
Definitely. What is it like being in your inner flame? Does it feel like you're trapped while it takes control, or
Yeah,
is it a more
definitely.
exciting, fulfilling feeling?
Well, depends on how much I give myself to the power. When I'm not trying to show off too much, I can hardly feel its presence, but the more I want its power, the more it surrounds me. First it feels good, and then I stop feeling at all. I would never say those things to Candle. I would never do those things. But my pain wanted it. And I feel like it's ruined so much.
That makes sense.
Up until the happy ending, of course. And
Because they
then
got hurt so
everything
many
has been
times by so many
dandy
people in the
since.
show.
Great. Next up we have, if you had to choose, what type of soup would you like to be used for?
If this is Yin-Yang asking again, leave me alone! Shoo! Next question.
Okay, next, Silver Spoon, you were easily my favorite competitor throughout Season 3. I'd love to know more about where you came from and what your personal life is like. Do you have a family? Congrats on the bronze medal, you earned it.
Appreciated. Always love the fans. The kind ones. Who don't think I'm the worst.
You good?
Of course. That comment earlier was no
They're kind of
big
having a
deal at all.
meltdown right now
Just
because of that
humorous
one
that
single
someone
comment.
thought to say it and write it. As though it wasn't public and there wasn't a person on the other side of the screen, but I don't care. As for the question, I had a wonderful upbringing, very rich and all. Everyone loved me. I won't bother with the details. It pained me too much to recall. I simply miss it all too much. But I, too, am grateful for the kind fan community. When they're nice.
Cool. Okay,
Only
Silver,
when they're nice.
How did you really feel about Paintbrush? Your relationship with them was rough, but there was a brief period of time you two got along before you betrayed the Thinkers. Do you ever think you two could be friends again?
Paintbrush and I have made quite the amends, actually. After the competition, they let me know that they felt the same as how I did after their own losses. And then something about how the team is a family and a lifelong bond, and then I held back a yawn and such. But while I didn't exactly relate to their baggage, I found it to be a wonderful opportunity to right a wrong. Now that we're practically besties, I could help them fix up their perpetually messy hair, correct their singing, and let them know when they've been talking for too long. I love being helpful.
Well, that's great, because one of your fans needs your help. This one says, "Hi, Silver. Ever since I first viewed Inanimate Insanity Invitational, you have won over the title of being my all-time favorite contestant, and I have continued to hold my admiration to you throughout. What is your polishing or skincare routine like? Do you have any tips to keep in top condition?"
Love this question.
Just
Occasionally
polish?
I'll keep it simple with a hot water and vinegar bath. Everyone loves a micromesh padding, grit all the way up. On the go, wet sandpaper is a must. A zinc sheet also goes a long way. Then you rinse off, lightly buff, and go about your day, knowing that all the concerns you had about how you're perceived have been scrubbed away, as you look absolutely
dazzling.
pristine.
Yeah.
Be sure to try the same at home, assuming you're a spoon.
Yeah, feel
You
you
have a
there.
spoon,
I
or
have
that you are a spoon.
Here's another question. Yo, Silver Spoon, why did you hate your Inanimate utter filth?
Hate
Because they are utter
is a
filth.
strong word. I had seen many great Inanimates prior to Mifon's assignments, and
I mean, they were just a
felt I'd
goofy
find
guy.
a perfect match. Then I met utter filth. This sniveling
they're just a
insect
little bit
among true
special. They're
competitors.
super
How could I
cute.
not be disappointed in it? It was helpless, gross, needy, scheming, envious, pathetic. Why would anyone want to be associated
But
with
they just
that?
needed some
After
TLC.
everything. Maybe it deserves the distaste from the public. Every mean word. The worst of the season. I couldn't agree more.
Is this about the mean comment earlier?
Yes, it's about the mean comment. Clearly,
They're
that's
still
how everyone
coping.
thinks of me now. This was a waste. I'll take my 5 carrots by carrier pigeon. Good day.
Hey, wait. Here's a comment. Dearest Silver Spoon, why are you literally the best contestant to ever exist? Hi,
Why-
Silver. How can one
Dude!
strive to be as amazing as you? Any life tips? Hello, Silver Spoon. Why are you so objectively the best finalist? There's a ton of these! And when I read you the positive ones, you barely acknowledged them.
They just don't feel as real.
But it's because as human beings, we are more, we look more on the negative side. You need 100 good comments to outweigh one negative comment. So that's why we got that one bad comment in the start that's basically dissing Spoon, their abilities, their character, and then all the other ones doesn't really make up for it. You need that reassurance, like tenfold. You need hundreds of times to know that you're good enough in order to outweigh one single negative comment.
It's circling in my head. I can't get it out. I want to learn from it, but it's just... It's
You're
tricky,
you're
okay?
circling. You're
I
going
think
in
it's cool
circles.
you want to take criticism now. That's good. But sometimes these types of comments don't come from a kind place.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Soak in the warmth of the compliments,
Ignore.
but not the hatred?
Take-
Easier said than done.
What you can do and what I do sometimes, I can relate to this because sometimes I do get some comments from people that, don't like the content, they don't like me, they don't like the memes, they don't like my personality. I take the criticism, the constructive criticism. If someone is just being an asshat and be like, "Oh my god, Stanley sucks, he fell off," I'm gonna ignore those. But if I do get genuine constructive criticism, even though if it's just direct criticism, if people just being like, "Oh, Stanley's bad because he became mainstream," or "Stanley's bad because he's only reacting to brain rot." But if you look behind the facade of the comment, if you look behind the negativity of it, there is genuine feedback, but it's just packaged in a negative way. So as long as you can look past that, there are genuine criticisms on how to improve as a person. So that is what Spoon should do instead.
If the negative stuff hurts that badly, don't take either of them personally. You were a reality TV contestant. The people leaving comments have only seen little pieces of you.
Exactly.
I mean, you can pick up tips here and there from people, but treating them like they know you deeply, not healthy. You can take a step away if you're overwhelmed.
I suppose. All right. You've repaid your debt to me with your keen words.
No more carrots,
As
no more
much as I
gold.
enjoy the well-deserved praise, I could probably bear to not let the negatives nor the positivity sway my mind, which is one of my top 5 qualities. I'm not going to let no one's opinions control that, just the opinions of those who aren't no one's, like...
The opinions of your friends, those around you,
How
those you
do
like.
you feel about Kendall?
Oh,
Kendall is
she
nice.
and I... Well, now that you have me all like this, might as well say, simply and with respect for her privacy, there's been some distance since the finale ended. Just a little. I do believe she was proud of me for ceasing to rely on the inner flame, and the rest of that day was nice. But I think to some degree what I did to her still hurts. Even if she did forgive me. Even if we do occasionally share laughs nowadays. I care about her, but I'll give it some time. It's not the happy ending I was proclaiming it to be, yet. We'll see. And until then, perhaps I'll load all my delightful burdens onto Painty. They always want to hear more about me. And you're right, there's so much love out there, regardless of if there's one who doesn't find me charming.
That was
They're
exactly
missing
what I
out.
said. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you, Silverspoon. And it looks like that's a wrap on this exit interview. Thank you to our inanimate audience for all the support. Be sure to hit subscribe so you can see the next opportunity to ask a question.
I mean, that was like a really, really nice conclusion that they, just like what I said, that they accept that even though you do get like a couple of negative comments, that you don't let the negativity take over you, and you don't like, you know, you basically don't let that become your entire personality in the end. I believe that was all the exit interviews, but they did mention something about the remaining 2 other ones. We do have some other... There should be some other ones as well, right? If I search for like exit interview, or do we have more? Oh, wait, that was, yeah, fans' fantastic features. I do remember they mentioned that. They did mention that it was like a 3-way competition in the end, and we only got Silver Spoon. Cabby was the one who won, so there should be one. Am I mistaken if I say that there should be one more exit interview? I like that we got some more insight on all the different characters. We got to hear more about their personality, what they're all about. We even got like a couple of different character arcs. Again, the one I remember is like Silver Spoon. Silver Spoon accepting the criticism, accepting that one negative comment is not gonna, like, you know, spoil it entirely. And I do believe we got some character arc from Lifer, the Lifering, and from Goo themselves. I don't remember it specifically because it was like at the start of the video. I can imagine if I watched these side by side, it would probably make me way more invested in Season 3. If I watched an episode, the exit interview, an episode, the exit interview, because then you would further that connection. So when you get to the part where someone is voted in, that reaction you get for the object that is back in the game is much stronger when you have that personal connection with them. That is enough yapping for this one single video, guys. Season 3 was really good, and what I'm excited to do is check out the end of Season 2 in the next video. Now we have watched all the exit interviews, we are primed and ready to check out the remaining episodes of Season 2, and then we can hop up to Season 4. So with that, check out AnimationEpic, watch their video, subscribe to their channel, and let me know in the future when they do upload another episode of Season 4. With that said, thank you all for watching the video. If you liked it, drop a like, subscribe, check out AnimationEpic, and with that said, I will head out.